that up, but I think it's important because what we did bring up is just a year ago, you barely beat the Jets. Remember that? Bo Nix's first touchdown pass.
Yeah.
The rain broke up a little bit. He hit Cortland Sutton, and you barely beat them after a week of travel.
They
I
won
was
by a
there in
point,
West
right?
Virginia.
It was
10-9.
Yeah.
So what was our thought process of like Bo Nix's first touchdown pass? It was the debut of our show after that game.
Oh, nice.
Because we started
Well,
that.
I think
so
it was
like,
the same thing then.
So if you rewind,
No, because Stoke
Oh, no,
left.
I'm sorry. I'm
Stoke left.
sorry.
if you rewind a year ago, just a year ago, ZB, what you said is true. Because I don't think a year ago we're like, oh my God. A year ago we were like, Bo Nix threw his first touchdown, guys.
Yeah, and they got to 2-2.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my gosh, because the Broncos were
1
looking
year.
at 0-3 in the face going to Tampa as a touchdown underdog. And they were a touchdown underdog in New York as well last year. And I am not positive about this, but I'm pretty sure and feel comfortable enough to share it. Last year at halftime, Bo Nix in the Jets game, in that 10-9 to win, do you guys remember his passing yards at halftime?
It was like negative, right? Wasn't like
Can't make it up. Negative 10 yards.
Wow.
No way.
He's like
One
Justin
year,
Fields.
one year
Universe.
later, almost to the day.
Wow.
Almost to the day. We don't see NFL games that have negative passing yards.
No.
So Bo had negative 10 passing yards at halftime of the Jets game
Wow.
last year at a 10-9 win. And almost 365 days later, the Jets as a team had negative negative 10 passing yards.
Wow.
that's crazy.
Which has never happened.
You can't write that, dude.
No, you
Serendipity.
can't. You can't. And I went and looked it up. I mean, they've been playing New York Jets football since they were, I believe, at the Polo Grounds as the New York Titans.
yes.
65, 66,
Nice
67
pull,
years
that
ago.
guy.
And even the Titans, going back, they never had a game until yesterday where they had negative 10 passing yards, which is just insane.
You know what? We kicked around a little bit, and I'd love all your opinions, but Phil, as a guy in the locker room,
Yeah.
like, do you think the way the Broncos staff is constructed with all the Sean's guys, everybody there's a Sean guy outside of VJ, who down there tells Sean today, you weren't good? Does that happen at all?
No, I definitely don't think somebody's going to go into his office and say, hey, Sean, you weren't good enough. I believe Sean knows it, and he's going to be upfront with his team. He's going to be upfront with the offense.
So he'll share that.
He's going to definitely share it. If you're a good coach, what Sean is, he's going to express that, hey, guys, it wasn't good enough. I was not good enough for you guys. He's going to say hats off to the defense, and then they're going to break down. They're going to break into offense and defense, and they're going to start dissecting the film. But I don't believe Sean needs anybody to let him know he wasn't good enough. He knows that.
He's
frustrated.
got. Well, you see, and it's funny because like for all the for the percentage of Broncos country that's like, hey, you need to be happy no matter what because the Broncos won. Well, I'll tell you someone who wasn't happy, Sean Payton. You listen to that press conference. He was down, he was frustrated, and he was trying to say the right things, which he did. But if you watch the press conference like I did, he was dejected with his own offense.
Oh, I'll tell you this. I've been on teams with the Denver Broncos, Zach, where defense did well, offense didn't do well. We win the game. And defense on the plane, they're turning up.
Sure.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
They're enjoying those red cups come out.
Yep.
Offensively, you're sitting there in the corner, pouting, watching a movie because you know
Yep.
that you were not good enough.
Yep, time and place. You can't celebrate after
Exactly.
yeah,
And
right.
you know that, we're celebrating this win, but I don't want to celebrate just you guys' success. I want to have the reason why we won as well.
Of course.
That's any player. If you don't have a good game, you're happy for the team, but of course you want to be the guy to say, hey, I helped contribute out there.
Yes.
And that's how the offense probably felt on that long-ass ride home. It's like, dang, we didn't do anything today.
and that's how Bo Nix looked too. When he went up there, if 80% of language is nonverbal. Okay? 80% of communication
That's crazy to think.
is not actually the spoken word. Because I can say something that you might want to hear, but the way that I say it will tell the real story. And Bo Nix and Sean Payton went up to that podium, and if you just muted the TV, and there was no closed captioning and you don't get to hear what they're saying and you just get to watch their body language, and I said, did the team win or lose? You would say, of course they lost. Of course they lost. And so it's okay to feel conflicted today. I really believe that. It's okay. One, I started saying this years ago. I never tell another fan how to fan. You figure out how you feel. When I come on here, I tell you how I feel. I don't tell you how I feel and then tell you how you should feel. Right?
I love that right there.
So when Sean looks dejected and when Bo looks dejected, I think it's okay as a fan who has high hopes for this team to be frustrated on a day like today. But I do think it's interesting, Dover's question that he just asked. He said, is there someone in the building that could like keep it real with Sean? And it's a good question. And I have that same question about Deion Sanders up in Boulder. Like who, I know he's surrounded with a lot of positivity and support, but who can keep it $150 with you when you need to hear it the most, right? Yeah. Could be your wife. I know it's my wife.
Oh, it's my wife as well.
And so, but that's part of the reason that we're married to these women, right? The one guy who popped into my head that's on his staff that may tell him something he doesn't want to hear. Davis Webb.
What?
You say, wait, what?
Exactly what I'm saying right now. What?
Last year, when Bo Nix barked at Sean, when Sean was getting after Bo because he flipped the play, and it was to Troy Franklin, and he dropped the touchdown. And Sean is giving Bo the business as he comes off the field, and Bo gave it back to him, and everyone cheered a great moment, right? Of like, wow, look at, he stand up to Sean in a way that Russ didn't and all this stuff.
He's growing up. Nuts drop. There we go, Bo.
It wasn't just Bo. If you remember, it was Davis Webb in real time telling Sean he was wrong. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa. And that guy played the position in the NFL, and I know he was a backup for most of his career. But, like, I'm hoping that moment was...
What does that look like then, though, Zach? Like, what does that look like? Because I don't think Davis Webb, who is still young... He's still trying to find his footing in this league. Get his first shot at calling plays, truly, not in the preseason, but hopefully he gets his first shot. Something it's not going to be here, but somewhere.
Yep.
What would that look like then? Like he's not going to just be blunt and say, "Hey, coach, you suck today."
No. Oh, please. I'm not. I don't mean like that.
How
Sean.
would you approach Sean?
Like, hey, Sean, like we might need to rethink our approach to the offense and like the number of screen passes that we're throwing. Like, hey, we might need to change our approach. Like, man, Bo is on pace for 400 passing yards after the first 15 minutes and then didn't have one passing yard in the entire third quarter. Like, hey, we need to figure out, like, that shouldn't have happened that way. Like, I'm talking about constructively having a conversation that's given him some healthy baby pushback. And again, the only reason I mentioned his name, one, because Dover asked the question, I didn't quite think about it. But two, I'm drawing from a circumstance that in the heat of the moment, Davis Webb was like, no, he's not wrong here, dude. Like,
see, now you got my
Bo Nix is not wrong
now
here.
You got my head turning a little bit. And there's a guy that I'm thinking about, Zach, and we'll discuss it here in a minute, man.
Okay, I like it. The Broncos win ugly in London against the New York Jets. We'll get to Phil's name. Also, our biggest takeaway from that win. It's all coming up next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And if you're looking for fine jewelry or a great timepiece, just like I was, why not shop where some of the world's leading designers are sold? Williams Jewelers helped me find my new Tudor watch, and they can do the exact same thing for you. And if it's not a watch you're looking for, any type of jewelry you want, I guarantee they have. And they're going to treat you just like family the minute you step through those doors. It won't pressure you at all. They gave me the time I needed to make the right decision for myself, and looking at my watch today, I made a great decision because of that. And starting from one little store in Inglewood, Williams Jewelers has scratched and clawed their way to the top, and now they have 2 locations and have become one of the largest fine jewelers in the country. So when you step foot into their showroom, like I said earlier, you're going to feel just like family, and their service reflects that. They are dedicated and they work hard to make sure you're satisfied with your purchase. And not only will they share the secrets of the business with you, they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, my hometown jeweler. Also the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also on Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Makita's built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year. Performance that pays off, because when the job calls for the best, you answer. And when you need the best, you call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, Brandon Stokely here. Colorado Joint Replacement is part of Advent Health, one of the nation's largest healthcare providers. They offer innovative hip and knee replacement surgery with expert, compassionate care. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front. Because at Soda Weight Loss, you could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by ROX, Rocks Heating and Air.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota.
Here we go.
Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Filter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Victory Monday, October 13th, where the Denver Broncos are 4-2 after 6 games for the first time since 2016.
First time in a long time.
Mr. Phillip Lindsay.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm great. You know, rejuvenated. Everybody won this week. Your uncle beat the brakes off of Oregon on
Oh, the Sig 10 is ours. Oh, the Sig 10.
I'm scared of that, man.
You should be. You seriously should be. And Penn State should do everything that they can do to try to get Kirk Ignited to come to Happy Valley.
Well, I know this is not a college football show, but James, little game James, they have to buy him out for $50 million.
Man, can you imagine?
And then you're going to bring Uncle Kurt in and give him $50?
And you know you have resources when you can give someone $50 million to go away.
That's insane.
And continue to pay over $20 million for your student athletes. And then sign up a new coaching staff. We'll get to all that. We'll get to all that.
But everything, you know, is good, Zach. We actually did pictures. We did family pictures this morning.
Yes. Oh, you did?
Because, you know, Phil, he's on fall break, so Phil doesn't go to school yet. Our picture guy, shout out to him. He had some time. He does a lot of weddings, and he had some time. He said, look, I can do it in the morning for you. So we get up, we go to the park right next to Owen and Phil School.
Yeah.
And we take some pictures. Now, it was cold. It was cold.
It was cold today.
Man. But what he said was, like, I took 1,000 pictures. And out of these 1,000 pictures, you may have 5 or 8 good ones. But that's all that really matters. So it's like, okay, as long as we have 8 really solid ones that are
Just
beautiful.
8 out of 1,000?
But that's what he usually says. He says usually that's how it goes. Like maybe like if it's nice weather,
Yeah.
you get like 15, 20 because they're going to dissect it.
Yeah.
He said, but we'll take thousands of photos and there will only be 15 or 8 really good ones that you're going to like.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well,
I know. You're
I
like,
thought he said
dude.
5 to 8 because of your ugly face, but
He's gonna crop me out on a couple of them. We're good.
well, we're doing that. We're doing that later this month as well. We got family
Good.
pictures. Actually, a photographer that you put us on to a couple of years ago.
She does a great job.
Yes,
too.
she does. She does. We'll give her a shout
So
out.
you
after-
waited for
after
your
she
hair to
does
grow
it.
back to decide to take more
Yes,
pictures. Huh?
yes. Oh man, so let's talk about this. I'm fired up to be here with you today. I mean, it's a great day to be doing this job because the Broncos got the result they wanted, and they're putting themselves in a meaningful position as we approach mid-October, and that's like we're October 13th. The days are just flying off the calendar here. That's the good news. But when you actually watch the game and live through the game, I mean, it was pretty frustrating when we were talking about your golden goose of a coach and your franchise, quote unquote, franchise quarterback, right?
Oh.
Well, I don't know where we're at this week. I mean,
come on
last
now.
week
I'm
I
not
was
wavering.
Last week I was lucky Floyd Little came through this town because I thought you were going to nickname Bo Nix the franchise. So, well,
We're gonna dissect everything.
We will.
It's not a ball problem.
Well, first, before we get into that stuff, go ahead and finish your thought at the end because Josh asked a question during the crosstalk, and he's like, "Hey, Sean needs someone to keep it real with him.
Yeah.
We know Sean is the leader of this football operation. He's got a huge footprint. He's got a huge personality.
Yeah.
And who can keep it real with him?" And I suggested Davis Webb because I've seen it in real time and given some pushback in a way that I didn't see coming.
And that's it's a good coach. It's a good person to name because Davis Webb is a guy that did bark back at Sean when things went wrong with Bo. But the guy I'm thinking about, Zach, he's not in the building. I don't believe that there's a coach in that building right now that can get to Sean. Sean's a very stubborn man. He's old. Those old men are stubborn. There's only one guy that can get through to him, and it's his mentor.
I knew you were going to say this.
It's his mentor.
Old Bill.
Old Bill Parcells. A guy who Sean just he ended up getting past. He passed Bill.
Yeah,
right,
he just
the other
did
day.
last week, yeah.
But they're talking all the time. And I got to meet old Bill Parcells when I was in high school.
Really?
And, yes, and I was I actually got to go on a trip, and the Denver Broncos put it on for the Futures League, and I think I told you about this before. It was the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
The Hall of Fame, and I got to be there. Well, Bill Parcells was there, and he was part of the Hall of Fame, and I was sitting right next to him, and I remember him just like looking mad because that's who he is, and I'm just like in awe because it's like, wow, this is really Bill Parcells.
Yeah.
He was kind to me and nice. And gave me some encouraging words, and I even got to show my highlights. And he said,
Really?
Yes. He's like, he said, put on your highlights. Let me see if you're any good.
Is that right?
Yeah. He said, you're little, but you may be able to do something later on.
And you're in high school at this time?
High school.
Okay.
High school, and I was a freshman.
Okay.
Freshman. So I was little. I was a $150.
Yeah.
But for Sean, that's a guy that he looks up to. That's a guy that I guarantee, and he already says it, he talks to all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Sean's going to probably go back to him and say, Bill, what do you see? What do I need to do? What are you looking at? What are you looking at when you're watching these games? How should I coach these games? Just like Saquon Barkley has done for himself this year of reaching out to Adrian Peterson, Emmitt Smith, because Saquon has struggled. So Saquon's like, let me go and talk to some of these Hall of Famers, Marshall Faulk, and pick their brains and see what they're seeing out of me and what I need to do to adjust to what's going on against me. So that's why I say Bill Parcells is the guy that can speak knowledge into Sean's head and get him to think a certain way as of right now.
Well, I would say this. If that were ever going to happen, it would probably have to be Sean asking for it. Sean soliciting advice. Man, I can't – I'm 6 games into this season. I can't seem to figure it out. Can you just put eyes on this offense and tell me what you think? Because I doubt – someone like Parcells is like unprompted going to be like reaching out to Sean and saying, hey, here's what you need to do. Typically, like if you're in that mentor role, that mentee has to come to you and ask you for help. But yeah, I mean, it's not great. It's not great. Let's just, since we just started talking about it and what needs to improve, let's stick with the offense here, then we can transition to the defense. It was pretty hard to watch. And that's through the lens of, like, we're hanging on every play. The rest of the country was pissed. I mean, this was like, this goes back to 2022 when Russell Wilson was quarterbacking and they had, I think it was 8 games that were standalone games, the 5 primetime games, and then they played like on Christmas where Reisner was trying to fight Brett Rippon. Then they played in an international game, which was the last time that they had played an international game, and there was one more, and I forget what it was. So maybe it was 7, I think they actually got flexed into a game. No, that definitely didn't happen. That definitely didn't happen. Yeah. That definitely didn't happen. So I think it was 7. But it was when these 7 games, like when the Broncos beyond, like the nation would be complaining. Like, this is awful. I can't believe we have to watch this. It was a lot of that, to the point where, just being honest, for the second consecutive week, the announcers are basically complaining about doing the game, which is pretty rare.
Well, one of the announcers was Kurt Warner.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see his tweets?
I did see his tweets. He was tweeting during his broadcast. I can't remember seeing that.
He was tweeting.
You remember seeing it?
No.
Did you?
No.
Dante ever seen anything like that? No,
I didn't think you could. To be honest with you,
it's kind of lowbrow. It's not he probably made the country laugh, but like here in Denver, I was like, I have not seen that.
And he was upset. He was like, I can't believe I'm getting a game where pretty much they're not throwing it deep.
Yeah.
Or they're throwing it to the line.
He's not throwing a forward pass.
Yeah. Let's just go with a forward pass.
He was frustrated on behalf of the game of football. Not even a particular person. Like, he was like, this is insane. How am I doing a game where there's no forward passes? So
what did I do to you guys today to be brought to this game here and I have to call it?
And the thing is, it was like, it kind of had a quick start. I thought it was going to, after the first handful of sequences, I was like, oh, this might be kind of like a high-scoring game. Look at these points on the board. Far from it. I mean, far from it. A lot of work to be done. We'll, at the top of the hour, talk about it in wholesale fashion. And really comb through everything that we can think of. But Bo Nix has got to be better, but I wouldn't say he was the number one problem yesterday. Sean Payton's got to be better. He was a big part of it. Here, we got about a minute. Just give me your snapshot thoughts.
I mean, for Sean, it's you're being too cute. You're being too cute. Find a way to get some type of rhythm. For Bo, I like watching the film and watching back on Bo. There wasn't a lot more I wanted Bo to do. Now, maybe you have a different point of view. There was a couple plays that he missed.
Couple plays, again, like missed an open touchdown, and he missed it long again.
Oh, well, we can go through that one.
Wait, you're going to give me pushback
I just want to know. I just want to describe it.
All right, we'll get to it.
Defense dominant. 9 sacks. VJ's in heaven right now. VJ's smiling like, oh, yeah, baby. Head coach job coming right now. And then the special team unit, Zach.
Oh, my gosh.
That has to improve.
It's been since week 1.
Zach, we will get back to the playoffs, and we will lose just because of special teams. And we'll discuss all of it. We'll talk about it, but it's a win.
Yep.
Denver was able to come out with the win. They're better because of it. You're 4-2. Everything's out in front of you. That's all that matters.
I want to talk about the vice grip that is Vance Joseph's defense coming up next.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Gentlemen, happy Monday to you. If you're dealing with low T, then you need to go see my guys at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. They are experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They successfully treated tens of thousands of men that are dealing with low T just like you may be. And a lot of these men have seen amazing differences that those treatments can make in their life. And once you start these treatments, within just a few weeks, you'll feel your energy return, the brain fog will go away, your sleep will improve, as will those workouts. And that sex drive, fellas, that sex drive will significantly enhance as well. All I need you to do is take the Low T quiz on their website. It's a simple 10-question quiz full of yes or no answers. It takes 2 minutes to do. Then what you're going to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They're going to draw your blood and have the results within 30 minutes. They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you as well, so there are no excuses. I don't want to hear, hey, it's too far or I don't know where to go. You could go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720 440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
When your reputation's on the line, you don't leave anything to chance, especially your primer. Painters trust Kills primers for a smooth start, strong adhesion, and serious stain-blocking power. And now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results, faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
The cost of everything is still out of control, and many of us are relying on credit cards to cover essentials. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news. They've created a smart equity loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have varied interest rates, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment, giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today and start saving now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
I dared Archwell Health to keep track of my vitals and my grandkids' names.
I dared Archwell Health to simplify my prescriptions, so Max and I have more time to play. Good boy.
And I dared Archwell Health to be closer than my neighborhood coffee shop.
Our members dared us to do more as a primary care provider for adults age 60 and up, so we made it our mission. Visit archwellhealth.com and become a member today. Archwell Health. We dare to care.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040. Did you know that I actually have some psychic abilities? Yep, had a new client come in the other day to get signed up, and she said, Dan, you know, they've already made me an offer. And I said, well, let me guess. It was $1,500. And her eyes got real big, and she said, Dan, how'd you know that? And I said, let me take another guess. When you said you weren't sure, they said, okay, we'll offer you the maximum amount allowed of like $3,500. The client couldn't believe what she was hearing. But let me let you know in a little secret. I'm not a psychic. I just know all of the insurance companies' dirty little tricks. They use these tricks to put pressure on you so they can get off the hook cheap. At 303 Law 4040, we're here to make sure that they play fair. We're going to make sure you get feeling better and the insurance companies pay what's right. Call us at any time. You can speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. I want to tell you about my new obsession. Turned on to him last year. Now I'm hooked. Daisy French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching the big game. Daisy came out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and a Daisy Ranch Dip, and these are game changers. These are as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. So look for Daisy French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you can find the latest looks all for under $30. With new arrivals every day, you never know what you'll find. Find a location at macy'sbackstage.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Vance Joseph's defense, you know what they said?
What they say?
Win.
That's all they're going to do.
Wait, our offense can't chew gum and walk right now? No problem. We'll be the boa constrictor and squeeze the life out of a Jets offense in a way that you rarely see in pro football.
You know, Zach, I would love, you know how you say you want to be a fly on the wall?
Yeah.
You can't do that in a stadium. I would love to just be a fly that snuck into the stadium and just hovered around the defense just to hear what they're talking about when the offense goes out there and they lay an egg. Because when I was playing, and it didn't matter if I was the Denver Broncos, the Colts, Miami, if a defense has a situation where they force the offense to go 3 and out or get a turnover, the momentum shifts back into our favor, the offense goes back out there and goes 3 and out, the defense is usually pissed.
Sure.
And they're usually vocal about it. Where it's like, guys, you got to do something for us. You have to help us out. And I'll never forget playing in Denver, that Chargers game when we're down, I want to say, by 17 points. And we're walking off. We just had a 3 and out. It's at home. And we're walking off the field. And K-Jack and Justin Simmons were like, yo, Phil, you guys have to do something. Like, we're going to give you another opportunity, man, because that's just what we're doing right now. We're in a rhythm. But you guys got to help us out. I remember saying, you know, I got you. Like, don't worry, I got you. That next play, when they were able to get, I want to say they got a 3 and out. We got back on that football field, and I bust for that 55, Zach. Am I right? The 55, because usually I like to inflate my numbers a little bit, 65, 70. Let's go 55. 55-yard run that kind of got everybody going, and now the defense is excited. They're like, that's what we're talking about, Phil. That's what we needed, because it keeps the defense going.
Sure.
And so what I'm saying is it's impressive what the defense just did out there where you have 9 sacks and you pretty much owned the Jets the whole entire game from start to finish, and you didn't get anything from your offense, but yet you go out there and say, I got it. We got it. Don't worry. We're going to give you more opportunities. We're gonna be the reason why we win this game. So that defense over there, as of right now, VJ has them going, but they're just close, man. And they understand how special they are and how good and how talented they are as a group.
Yeah, and the lopsided nature of the 2015 team that went and won the Super Bowl didn't become an issue because the Broncos were winning games.
Yeah.
But once they started to not win games, that team fractured like a thin piece of glass. And I watched it happen. Those were my first couple of years in Denver, and it was Russell Okung, the old offensive lineman, standing up at halftime and trying to say, "Hey, we need to." And Aqib Talib said, "Sit your ass down." No joke.
For you.
Yeah, like sit down. No one wants to hear from you. You guys can't get first downs. You can't, like a Smokey said in Friday, you can't weigh in on this, man.
No, but that's how you feel.
Yes.
As an offense, like everybody's ha-ha and he-ing if you're a defense on that plane ride home, but you feel like if you interject yourself into a conversation, they're looking at you like, what are you doing here? Like you're not the reason why we won. Like go back over there and figure out what's going on with your offense. Like you can't have fun right now. We can. Do you know what we just did? 9 sacks. You know what we just did to Justin Fields by ourselves? That's how a defensive player feels when they feel like the offense is not handling business. And you're right. The only reason why this is working right now is because the Denver Broncos are still winning games.
That's right. And 9 sacks in a game is almost unheard of. Almost. Having more sacks than the other team has first downs, I can't remember a game like that. You actually played in a game where there was 9 sacks.
It was with us, huh?
You were on the Broncos. Now, it wasn't the Broncos doing the sacking. It was another team doing the sacking. Do you remember?
Let me close my eyes.
Because, brother, I was there, and I go to about one Broncos game a year.
Was it night? Was it a night game?
It was.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
You're on it.
Joe Flacco.
You're on it.
He almost set me up to fail, too. I almost got my muffin cap peeled back again.
That was, I believe it was Thursday Night Football. And Mahomes got hurt on the first series. Mahomes went down the field with a 10 of 11 passing. 10 of 11 passing, and something happened to his knee.
Dislocated his knee.
Yes, he dislocated his knee.
People were cheering on the sideline.
I might have been one of them holding a Broncos ticket, catching some points.
Me too.
And I was
I had the helmet on. Let's go. go, Denver. Let's go.
Well, I remember I was there, and I go to about one Bronco game a year. But when I go, I want to do it, the right way. And so I bought tickets. I wasn't gifted tickets. So I remember spending like $400 or $500 on these seats, and I was like in the first like 15 rows.
That was nice of you. Thank you, Zach.
And I was there with my buddy Tommy. I remember like it was yesterday. And I had bet the Broncos, and I remember in my head, I'm like, well, if the Broncos win this game or cover the spread, I'll get some of my money back that I just spent to be here and all this stuff. And I see Mahomes go down, and do you remember who the backup was?
It was I forgot his name. It wasn't Chase Daniels at that.
Nope, it was Matt Moore.
Matt Moore.
Yes, and I'm like, the Broncos are going to win this game. Forget covering the spread. The Broncos are going to win this game. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. And the Broncos proceeded to lose 30-6.
Well, we still needed Tyreek Hill to go out that game, too. Tyreek Hill ate us up. And I want to say Matt Moore had a beautiful throw down the field for like a 60-yard touchdown.
57. Close.
Okay.
Close.
Yeah, I'm getting better with my numbers.
Yeah, you are.
57-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill.
Yes. But that day, the Chiefs teed off on the Broncos unlike anything I had ever seen in my life. And Joe Flacco was sacked 8 times. You say, wait, you just said that Phil had a game with 9 sacks. Broncos try to fake punt. And you remember Colby Wadman? He got destroyed. And it was 9 sacks. It was the most sacks ever on a primetime game in Broncos history. So we've seen it, but you don't see it a lot. And Vance Joseph's side of the ball, those dudes were flying around. And I don't think it's in a vacuum. Some of it has to do with Justin Fields. I think he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, I can't defend Justin right now, Zach. That's bad.
Bad, Phil.
It's like I may have been able to go out there and at least throw the ball. I'm not saying I'm going to complete a pass, but why are you holding on to the ball knowing that you're going against a dominant defense with a dominant pass rush, an elite pass rush like Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, but yet you hold on to the ball?
It was
what?
Man, oh man, oh man. I believe Justin Fields had 2 passes all game where he did not end up on the ground if you take into account quarterback hits with the sacks. 2. So that side of the ball, man, I cannot think of a more polar opposite from what we saw from the Broncos offense to what we saw from the Broncos defense, because it is quite literally one of the more dominant performances in NFL history. What we saw yesterday, in the literal sense, the New York Jets, going back to their days of playing on the Polo Grounds as the New York Titans, had never had a game where they finished with negative 10 passing yards.
That's demoralizing. I can just see it right now, those Jets players, every time the offense steps foot on the field, defense, get ready. It's going to be a 3-and-out or a turnover. Like, man, oh man, Justin Fields, what are you doing? Thank you.
Crazy.
Thank you. Now for the Denver defense, do you believe it? If you're the Denver defense, do you believe that that's really you? Which you should. You've been dominant this whole year pretty much.
Yeah.
But this was a great day to just pad your stats.
It really was.
Go get them stats, man.
And I thought they took one from Bonito. Bonito had 1.5 sacks in the stat sheet. It was supposed to be the first time since 2013 that any NFL player had multiple sacks in 4 consecutive games. It was going to be the first time in Broncos history ever, excluding nobody. But it's the first time any NFL, and they took one away. But it was a meeting at the quarterback. It was a tee-off session. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, we will get back to all of this here in less than 20 minutes at the top of the hour. We'll hear from Sean Payton. We'll go comb through our observations of the game. We'll talk about the offense, how much is on Bo, how much is on Sean, where's the run game, and some follow-up questions to that as well. But in the meantime, Deion Sanders and the Buffs saved their season on Saturday. But Jay Norvell may have saved his job. We'll talk about both programs coming up next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And last year, I went a little rogue and dropped a discount code from our friends at Hermes Worldwide. And you guys used it so much they almost got mad at me. Well, I'm feeling a little spicy again this season, so I'm bringing it back, baby. You can get 30% off your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for your entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. And contact Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Go Broncos!
Don't miss Colorado football's 2 remaining home games of the 2025 season. Celebrate homecoming with the Buffaloes as CU faces the Arizona Wildcats on Saturday, November 1st. Then lock in your seats for Senior Day against the reigning Big 12 champs, Arizona State, on November 22nd. Great seats are still available at beautiful Folsom Field. Visit cubus.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282 and be there as Ralphie 7 leads the charge for your Colorado Buffaloes.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, Dr. Joseph Ramos is both a doctor and a lawyer, combining legal and medical expertise. He can help. Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. RamosLaw.com.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fees. You could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Bonnie from O'Meara Ford has convinced me they really want to earn your business. So, talk to me, Bonnie.
Well, O'Meara has over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. Plus, we have the largest service center in the region with 84 service bays. And we've sold 1 million vehicles since 1913. Our friendly staff will treat you right. And when it comes to repairs, our knowledgeable technicians do it right the first time.
There it is. O'Meara saves you time and money, whether you buy new or used. O'MearaFord.com.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with
hope alive. You can't overstate that 24-17 W.
No, but it was coming. It was brewing, and we talked about it. And I know for me, I've picked Colorado all year, but I'm not doing it just because I'm an alum there. I'm doing it because I truly believe that this team could win some of these games. They could have beat BYU. I took a premature victory lap on your ass, man, and I looked back and we lost. TCU, it was there for the taking, and they didn't take that opportunity and run with it. And then Iowa State. Iowa State has been a team that has kind of teetered on, like, was really good at the beginning or looked really good, and now they're starting to fall off. You know, Cincinnati was able to give them the business, and then Colorado went in there with the superb athletes that they have, and Payton Salter taking care of the football, making a couple big-time plays. You end up winning that game at home in Folsom Field where you're able to storm the field. Like,
unbelievable.
It was a great feeling, Zach. It was fun to watch.
Well, I have not, like you, picked the Buffaloes every game.
Yeah, I know.
But I have also, unlike you, picked the correct winner every single game so far this year. And I picked your Buffs for the first time in a while on Saturday. And, man, you want to know what? I felt good about some of the stuff that we were saying about Iowa State coming in. It's like, yeah, they had a number next to their name, but if you watch the games and you watch the Cyclones play, they're not God gifts to the Big 12. Oh. Rocco Becht is solid and is capable, but he's not some, otherworldly quarterback. So, I mean, but you have to give CU credit for going out and doing it. And you have to give Salter credit. I mean, 2 touchdowns and not a single turnover, took care of the football. They ran it. Dallin Hayden, almost 5 yards a carry. But the Joseph Williams kid, I mean, have yourself an afternoon. What a day for that kid. He had been solid and a part of the receiving game, but 128 yards on 8 receptions, did not see that coming.
Well, you know what? He took another step. And I don't necessarily think it's him, the receiver, taking the next step. I think it's Payton Salter finding these receivers. I think it's Payton Salter settling down, setting his feet sometimes, and being accurate with his passes. Now, there was a couple times throughout that game where I'm like, Salter, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. There was still some of those.
A couple of those screen passes, and it's like, dude, just get them the ball. Get your playmakers the ball, and they're going to make good things out of it. And Payton Salter kept on chugging away, chipping away, and had a really good throw at the end of the game to Joseph Williams.
He did.
To win the game.
Yep.
So, and that's all you're looking for is a chance. Payton Salter for 3 straight weeks, it ended with him having the ball in his hands to try to make a play. And this time, he made that play, that extra play that you need if you're going to be a big-time quarterback in college football. And he was able to do that time against Iowa State.
Here's Deion Sanders talking about facing that adversity.
It means a lot. We won. It's the difference, different field, different mood, The lady want to go grab something to eat. Usually I don't want to be seen after a loss, I might actually go do it, You don't want to go nowhere when you get your butt kicked. Hey, did you just lose? You don't want that. You don't want that. So I might actually go somewhere and eat right now because we won. And I get to hear the other side of it. Hey, good game, Coach Prime, good game. Hey.
So Coach Prime gets a good game when he's out at dinner. That's good. But also, on a more serious note, obviously, the way that the week started was him telling us that, he was coaching a game and we knew something was up. He's sitting down on the sidelines. He's literally coaching without a shoe on, and has a procedure on Monday for blood clots. And then later that week on Saturday, he's coaching the Buffs to arguably second biggest win. I think inarguably one of the 3 or 4 best wins since he took the job.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, the other one I can think of was TCU.
Yeah,
the first game of the year.
TCU, what about beating Baylor though?
The Hail Mary.
Yeah,
that
was a huge win.
But for TCU, I mean, would you say they were a 21-point underdog?
Yeah, the Buffs were a 21.5-point underdog.
Nobody really knew about Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter at the Power 4 level just yet. And there was a lot of people talking smack about them, like, hey, this is Power 4 ball. Like, let's see how they look. And they went out there and they dominated. And, that's huge. And then, of course, for Coach Prime, he's like, do you believe me now? I was like, yeah, Coach Prime, I believe you, baby. Keep going. So that, to me, would be TCU, then Baylor.
Well, good for the Buffs. Good for those kids. Good for the students. I mean, and rushing the field. I said this about rushing the field when they beat Stanford for their only win of the season to go 1-11, and people were making fun of them around the country.
Yeah.
Look at this. I said, dude, look, life is short. Those kids are in school for 4 years, and the football program just won a huge game. And instance, it was the only win of the year. I understood why they did it, and I was okay with it. This is you're beating a top 25 opponent. Like, you want to rush the field, rush the field.
Well, did you see that video with that student that got stuck under the goalpost?
I did not.
Yeah, so he's running and he's like having fun, and like the goalpost is like going down because now they can like get the goalpost to go down so you don't mess it up.
Right.
And he gets stuck under there. It's like, what are the odds of you getting stuck under there? And I think somebody like helped him out and pulled him out.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like this is why you have to still be careful, man. When you do rush the field, rush the field. I as a player, I loved when they would rush the field. It wasn't often, but we had a couple times where they rushed the field.
Yeah.
And it just makes you feel good.
Well, I love it for those students and those players, and good for the Buffs getting their first Big 12 win of the year, but not to be outdone. I mean, later that night, who saw Colorado State? Who saw Colorado? Or excuse me, it was Friday night. Friday night. So the day before, who saw Colorado State, who was winless in the Mountain West, just one win all year that came with controversy against Northern Colorado, against the 5-1 Fresno State Bulldogs, not just upsetting them, but rolling them. They almost hung a half a hundo, 49 points on Fresno State. This was Jay Norvell after the game.
We play the one sport where people can see your soul on Saturdays. And I guess it's Friday tonight, but you know, we show people our soul when we go out there and work. And I don't know, if you can't appreciate this football team's soul, then you got a problem. And I will say that out loud every day and twice on Sundays.
I know a lot of Ram Nation wants Jay Norvell gone, but I have to tell you, and I don't know Jay Norvell, never met the guy, but have rooted for him from afar. I know as you have. I was genuinely happy for the human being. And he may not end up being the coach for this team, but he has given up play calling. He benched his handpicked quarterback, and watching those Rams go out and hang 49 on Fresno, special moment for Jay Norvell in that program.
You can hear it in his voice. He cares about Ram Nation. He cares about those players on the football field. Every time he's in that offense, he's looking for ways to win. No coach is in there saying, hey, like, let's just give up on the season, although we're not as good as we thought. Like, no, you're trying to find a way to win, try to get some confidence, try to get the ball rolling for you. And maybe this win against Fresno is what they need to kind of start stacking wins.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they can parlay it. But good for both those programs, genuinely. All right, the Broncos won the game yesterday in London, but it came with some mixed feelings. So how are we feeling the day after? How should we be feeling the day after? And are those two feelings the same? That's next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Select Health, how can we help?
Representative.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have.
Representative.
I'm Sam.
Representative.
It sounds like you said representative. One moment. Select Health, how can we help?
Finally. Hi, I have a question on copays.
I can help with that.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Today at Berg Simpson, we'll get a call from someone who needs our help. We'll learn about their loved one's injuries. We'll listen to their concerns, and we'll promise to fight for them. Then we'll use our resources and experience to deliver the best possible results we can for that client. So today, when that client calls Berg Simpson, we hope they feel they've done the best thing for their family.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches. All styles, from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. No shipping your watch off to the internet site and waiting to get a check. Bring your used Rolex into Matthews. We have been servicing Colorado since 1951. Located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center. Matthews, we buy, sell, and service Rolex watches.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Colorado can count on.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Brandon Stokel here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute.
Woo! See, I didn't do that earlier.
Tried to tee you up for it.
I know. What was I doing? Get my head out of the gutters. Starting slow like the Denver offense. That's what it is.
Well, this is the way we're starting on a Monday. The way we'll finish on a Friday, on a Bud Light Football Friday. We're going to be broadcasting live from Chopper's Sports Grill from 2 to 6. All right, Bud Light will be giving away a pair of tickets to Broncos-Cowboys on October 26th. All right, that's a sweet game to go to. Along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You have to be 21 to enter that contest. The Bud Light official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. All right. Lots to get to. Broncos pick up a win that they had to have. They had to have it. We talked about this on Friday. You're facing a journeyman quarterback, a first-time head coach, the 31st ranked defense in all of pro football, who was the only team within the sport that was yet to win a game. I mean, you had to have it. I said it's not a must-win, but you must go win it. And man, the fact that it was so much in doubt at certain points was unnerving.
I'll tell you this. Because you just laid out everything going into that game and why this was a must-win. This is the same thing that those players and the coaching staff are talking about. And it could put a little pressure on you because it's like you don't want to be that team that loses to the Jets. You just got down watching the Eagles get beat by the Giants. And you're like, okay, we can't be like that. So you get into this game and you either going to tighten up or you're going to play loose and play like we know how to play and go out there and have fun. That's what the defense looked like. Now for the offense, they looked like they were playing not to lose. Whereas the defense was looking to play to win. And that's the difference right now is as a unit, all three phases, even the special teams, we're going to talk about them too. The Denver Broncos have yet to play 60 minutes of perfect football in a way. I mean, like it's not going to be perfect, but I mean, everybody is firing on all cylinders.
Right.
Special teams is doing some great things. Offense is picking up points. Defense is getting the sacks and the turnovers. That's what I want to see. And yet, in 6 games, we haven't seen that yet. And that has to change if this is going to be a true Super Bowl caliber team that can not just get back to the playoffs. We're going to get back to the playoffs as long as we stay healthy. But let's make noise. Can we beat Buffalo? We don't have to worry about Baltimore. Something's going on over there.
Oh, my
They
gosh.
got the flu. They got the bird flu.
Man.
There's something going on. But that's what I'm looking for moving on. Is like we have to start playing a complete game. We, the Denver Broncos, have to start playing a complete game if they're going to have aspirations of holding up a Super Bowl trophy.
Well, I'll ask you. How do you, and real quick housekeeping, in the previous segment I said the Buffs beat Stanford and rushed the field. They beat Cal. Handful of people tell me, yep, you guys are right. How do you feel after yesterday? Like just you as a person, as an individual, how do you how did you digest the Broncos win?
And I talked about it earlier, Zach, with Josh, Cecil, and you, where it's like I look at it differently because I was playing on that football field. I've been in their shoes, and I know how it feels to win a game in the NFL. Even if it's a bad team or a good team, a win's a win, and you move on. And so when you go into that locker room the next day, Zach, you feel great about yourself. Now, yeah, you got a lot of work to do, but it's easier to critique what's going on when you come out with a win. If you lose and then you have to go into the meetings and they're going to have to just poop on you and say, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you feel bad about yourself. So for me, when I'm watching this game, all I care about is the win. All I care about is the Denver Broncos come out of London with a win. Now, there's mixed emotions because I want the offense to start clicking. I want Bo Nix, our franchise quarterback, to start letting it rip. And I want Sean Payton to relax and let the team do their job. Like, at times, it seems like Sean's holding the offense back. And I don't know why. I don't know what Sean's doing or why he feels the way he feels and why he's playing against the Jets to not lose. Whereas you should be playing to win. You have the weapons. You have the run game. You have the offensive line. You have a receiver in Cortland Sutton, a quarterback that you handpicked. So my thing is, great win. A win's a win. But the mixed emotions come from the offense. Are they good enough to take the next jump so that we can get into the playoffs and win a playoff game?
Sure. You know, the bottom line and most important thing that needed to happen yesterday happened. All right? If the Broncos offense looked great, but they lost 31-30, it doesn't matter. You lost. What a missed opportunity, especially after Kansas City starting to come on and the Chargers figured out at the last second and all that stuff. So, I mean, this is the better alternative to the option that I just presented, losing 31-30. But I think that at its core, the reason why someone like myself was frustrated watching the game, of course, just with the offense and special teams, it comes from a place of expectation. I will get mad at my 7-year-old in a way that I wouldn't with my 3-year-old when asking them to do the same task because I have higher expectation for the one that's more capable.
Yeah.
And that's my 7-year-old boy. And so the way I'm looking at the Broncos is like, you have a head coach that is supposed to be a Hall of Fame caliber coach with his hand-picked quarterback who he tells me is going to be a top 5 quarterback in the next 2 years. Time stamped and everything. And Super Bowl expectations.
Yeah.
So I find myself a lot of times watching the Broncos offense specifically through the lens of even half of those expectations, because I was never like, okay, it's Super Bowl, but even half of those expectations. So and I watch an offense that looks like it has 2 left feet and can't run it and can't throw it. And I'm like, what am I looking at? Because you're playing the league's worst defense outside of Baltimore. You're playing the 31st ranked defense who's giving up 31 points a game, 31 and a half. And you can't get first downs. You're getting safeties. It was just, so I think it's okay to be frustrated, because I know there's a portion of Broncos country today, or even people that do this job, and say, hey, you need to be happy regardless what happens because the Broncos won. And I'm never going to tell another fan how to fan. I'm speaking for myself. It was frustrating watching the game, but also the most important thing that needed to happen happened.
Well, yeah, Zach, but also you're frustrated because of the expectations. You're frustrated because I'm looking at it and I'm looking around the league like, okay, if we are gonna win a playoff game, if we do hope to get to a Super Bowl, we're gonna have to beat some of these teams around the league, right?
Right.
So you look at someone like Buffalo, who we played last year. That's why we continue to say Buffalo, because you're gonna have to go through Buffalo. If the offense played like they did against the Jets, do you beat Buffalo?
No, it's no.
If the offense looks like it did against the Jets, do you beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
No, absolutely not. Of course not.
So like when you start to ask these questions, like it's like this is why we're all frustrated, and it's okay, because I guarantee you, Sean is frustrated too. This is his offense. You said earlier, his handpicked quarterback. These are his plays, his schemes. His fingerprints are all over this team, especially offensively now. But yet it doesn't look good going into week 6. You're getting ready to go into week 7 against the Giants, who feel like they have a little bit more life. They're young, they're hungry, I like to say young and dumb, because they don't know what it's like to truly be in the NFL. They're just playing hard. Those are the scary teams. And so now all of a sudden for Sean, it's like, what are you going to do about this? You have to change some of the ways you're thinking. The game plan that Sean Payton put together for the offense was not good enough.
No, I agree.
From the running scheme to the passing scheme. There was no time during that game where I felt like, okay, like Sean's getting ready to open up. There was no threat downfield. That's not necessarily on Bo Nix. That's on Sean trusting Bo Nix, trusting this offense, and letting him go out there and go to work and just let him rip. Let it rip, Bo. You're going against the Jets. Your defense is playing well. Why not?
But here's the thing. That's the way the game started. Bo Nix, after the first quarter, was on pace for 400 passing yards. Think about that. 100, I think it was like 103, I want to say. It was like 100 of his 174 passing yards came in the first quarter. And then the air got taken out of the ball. And I don't know, I mean, it did not look like the offensive line played great. It did not look like they played great at all. Yeah, it was, well, look, we're not manufacturing how we felt watching the offense. The whole country was watching it. The announcers were openly complaining about it, which is rare. The announcer was tweeting during commercial breaks that how did he get assigned this game without these two teams that won't throw a forward pass? I mean, I've never heard or seen of that. So we are not like that. Like yesterday happened. Like we're not making it up. The whole country was talking about it, and the Broncos were getting dragged for it, and the Jets were for sure. The Jets were getting. I mean, it was even worse for them.
The Jets, man, they need to go back and do some kumbayas or whatever together, because that's bad. That's a bad football team out there, and you're in the NFL, and it looks like that. That's unacceptable, man. When you're playing at the highest level possible, you're getting paid millions of dollars, but yet your offense looks like that. Now, defense played well. For the most part, they played well. But offensively.
Well, you could just see how they played the Broncos. Hit pause on every snap in the second, third, especially the third and fourth quarter. Right before the snap, hit pause. You can count 11 defenders right in the screen. It's like, dude, they were begging the Broncos to try to throw it on them. They were clearly playing the run. We talked about this is the strength of the football team is the run game.
Yep, they're loading the box. They call it loading the box, 8 in the box.
Yes.
8 men in the box to stop the run. So what do? You have one-on-one opportunities to Cortland Sutton, to Marvin Mims, who's pretty fast, to Troy Franklin, who his superpower is stretching the football field, and yet you don't do that. If you're Sean Payton, you do some screens, you do some toss plays to the running back. Don't get me started on that with the run. Like, I did not like the run game plan. I do not like that you have a running back that's running his ass off in J.K. Dobbins. His strength is getting downhill with the fullback in front of him. Just handing him the ball. You could do an ISO with him and he's doing well. Getting some pullers in front of him like you have done in the past. And yet you decide to do pitches with J.K. Dobbins? I was in the league for 5 years. I had one pitch that I was able to take in the Cincinnati Bengals game my rookie year for an explosive play. I can't think of another time that I took a pitch to the house. It's just hard to do in the league. The fastest way to the end zone is straight downhill. One cut, get upfield, break a tackle, break the safety off, and you go and score a touchdown. And yet we didn't do that. And it was just not a great game plan going into the game for Sean, and I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he was overthinking things. Instead of just going out there and saying, whatever has been working, let's continue to do it. Let's have the play action. Let's get Evan Ingram involved, and let's take shots because they're going to give it to us because they're stacking the box.
Well, this was Sean Payton when asked, why weren't they further ahead at the half? The score was 10-6 at the break.
When you think about the first two possessions for them offensively, both of their first two possessions started on our side of the 50 with the fumble and then the kick return. So the first two times our defense go out on the field, they're defending a short field. We were really fortunate that we held them to field goals. And offensively, we're going to look at the film and see that we left a lot of yardage out there and opportunities out there. But again, the way we played defensively, it was impressive.
The defense saved the Broncos bacon on both special teams and offense. Because you think about the way that game started, I mean, Troy Franklin just giving it to the other team, and that sets up points. The kick return, I don't know how long it was. It felt like about
72.
Was it 72?
72 yards.
I was going to say 80 because he ended up right around the 20. But 70-plus yard kick return. Special teams has been bad this season. All right? And I have to say this. Last year, the Broncos had a top 10 special teams unit. And you fired your coach because Darren Rizzi became available, and I got it. You want your guys. But off merit, the Broncos had a top 10 special teams unit. You can the guy in charge of it. You bring in Rizzi. This has been a bad special teams unit. It has, in the most literal sense, cost the Broncos wins already this season. It could have cost them another yesterday.
Zach, it wasn't just top 10. It was number 7. So, yeah, they're in the top 10, but not 10. And that's hard to do. Special teams is so hard to do. And when you have one, you keep that coordinator for as long as possible. The Colts used to have one that was really good, and he was top 5 every single year, and he was there for years.
God, I remember this dude.
For years.
Yeah.
And he was a crazy dude, man. He's a crazy dude.
And was that Tom McMahon?
No, so the Tom McMahon was later on.
Because he was
there with the Colts. He was under Tom McMahon.
Okay.
And he got his shot, and he ran with it. And he was released from the team last year.
Okay.
He's on the Browns.
Okay.
But you got to keep them because they're going to win you games. Special teams wins you games. I said this before. I'm going to say it again. If you're a really good punt or kick returner and you take one to the house, you give your team, all right, without offense and defense, a 70% chance of winning that game because of that. Well, right now we have Darren Rizzi as the special team coach. There's been a bunch of penalties on that unit. And the unit has allowed the second most kickoff yards in the NFL with 761.
Wow.
We're in week 6, going on week 7.
Wow.
You can't win like that because when you get to the playoffs, it's all about little things. They're going to scheme up things, and if they're able to get a kick return in a playoff game, they will win that game. That's how it is in the league when it gets tight, intense. So our special team unit has to pick things up. Sean Payton, the offense, have to pick things up. They cannot continue to go 3 and out. Sean has to find some type of rhythm with this offense. The special team unit has to find some type of rhythm, get Marvin Mims going. Marvin Mims for punts and kick returns, he's down from last year in week 6.
Yeah, it feels like it too.
It's just different right now, and maybe things are going to turn around because it's a new special team coach, but things have to turn around. They must if the Denver Broncos want to go deep in these playoffs.
Well, special teams have been disappointing from the start. The Broncos' offense, while not maybe necessarily as disappointing as special teams, it's been disjointed this season so far. Really. And I go back to training camp when we'd come in, we're the haters, right? We'd come in and say, guys, at a certain point in the summer, it will become unhealthy. This is Sean saying, hey, it's okay if you get your butt kicked, handful of times, but it persists over the summer. It doesn't matter how good you think your defense is. you can't see it every day, but we did see it every day.
Yeah, I mean, the offense may have won once or twice, maybe three.
No,
just once or twice.
No, yes, yes,
once or twice in a full camp. That's insane.
But isn't this an extension of what we were talking about back in July and August? And so the Broncos offense just isn't very good right now. And when it is good, more often than not, it's predicated from the run. And I am fully anticipating the New York Giants to mug up on the line of scrimmage, put 8 in the box,
They're
and
tough.
say
they're a tough defense.
Yeah, they are, and they have a really good front seven. And them say, we're going to make Bo Nix beat us. And so,
all right, I got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. You brought something up last week. You're going into week 7. This is kind of where the trade rumors start to go around, where teams that believe that they can do it, they start to pick up players. Do the Denver Broncos need to find a trade partner or try to find – do the Denver Broncos, not even a trade partner, do the Denver Broncos need to go out there and trade for a receiver? And the guy I'm thinking of is A.J. Brown.
Oh, my gosh.
The reason why I'm saying that is there's a bunch of rumors around A.J. Brown. He's not liking it there in Philly. They're not getting along. This is the second straight year of this happening. I can see Howie Roseman's deciding, let's move on early so we can get something out of him. Denver looking like they want to try to win a Super Bowl. That's what Sean said. They need a spark offensively through the air to help Cortland Sutton out because Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, they're just not cutting it as of right now, and we're going into week 7. Do the Denver Broncos need a trade for a receiver? And if A.J. Brown's available, do you try to go and get him and be aggressive with that, knowing that you have a defense, a Super Bowl ready defense, ready to go? I'm just putting it out there because it's like everything's on the table at this point. It's week 6, going in week 7. You kind of know what you have with the receiving group right now.
I can't go there with A.J. Brown specifically, but I think the question is valid of like potentially adding to the room. But I would say like,
aren't we frustrated with the offense?
Yeah, but but I don't think it's because you're one receiver away, and I would not want to pay A.J. Brown $30 million a year. He's unhappy for the last 2 years in a Super Bowl winning situation, and I just, I would not want to invite that type of massive personality, massive paycheck into this situation for young Bo. The talent is there. It's not a question about talent. I sort of bristle at it.
No, when you say the talent, you're talking about A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown,
okay, I thought you meant the receiver room we have right
now. No.
A.J. Brown, I mean, he's a true receiver one, dynamic. He would go well with Court. Another big body receiver that Sean loves. Sean loves big body receivers. He's going to take pressure off of Court. He's going to force Troy Franklin and them to up their game, and Sean can be more creative with Troy and moving him around as that speed receiver, but you're getting a more consistent A.J. Brown that maybe he needs a new change of scenery because he's done it with the Eagles, and that's kind of stalling out.
Yeah, no, it's definitely stalling out, and he definitely needs a change of scenery. I just would not want that here because of the potential downside. Not that there's not upside. There's a reason you're asking the question.
Well, yeah, I want to win. I want to win a damn Super Bowl. Broncos country deserves a Super Bowl. And Sean has opened his mouth about the aspirations of the Denver Broncos and how he feels about it, Zach.
But think about this. They thought the room was so talented 6 weeks ago that they started peeling away from it.
They did.
And don't quote me Vele stats in New Orleans, you out there. Don't quote me because that situation is not this situation. We saw that guy thrive in Sean's offense. So it's not apples to apples.
But humans make mistakes.
Sure.
For Sean, it's like, hey, it's okay you made a mistake. But can you correct it? Do we have enough after 6 games of watching this offense?
I don't
specifically through the air.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I think there's merit to the question. I think the conversation should be had, but I think the Broncos' issues offensively are more fundamental. Sean has not been great. Bo has not been great. These receivers have not been great. Outside of Dobbins, the running backs have not been great.
They have.
So there's the offensive line has not been great. They've had their moments. And
the offensive line might be their strength still right now.
It could be, but strength compared to what? I mean, there's not a lot of great stuff going with this offense. And I'm saying I'm including the offensive line because I did not think that they played well yesterday.
Yeah.
Despite
you hate offensive linemen. I get you. I get you.
I don't hate offensive linemen,
Wow.
and I know you want more creativity. I didn't think they played that great yesterday. I thought they actually kind of got pushed around by the Jets up front, if I'm being honest with you.
But then again, like we talk about this offense, Zach, but the penalties is killing this offense.
Dude, it's an undisciplined football team. We've talked about it for 3 straight weeks. They're one of the most undisciplined teams in the league.
So when you're 3rd and 14, 3rd and long, there's no such thing as a play on that play calling sheet that's like, hey, 3rd and 16, this can be a first down.
Right.
Like you're playing just for field position at that point. And so to me, it comes down to we want to harp on Sean and the play calling. We want to harp on Bo. But fundamentally, when it comes to being disciplined, they're not doing that. They're not putting themselves in good situations, and now they're stalling out offensively and going 3 and out. Or they have a good drive going, they get a penalty, and now they're punting. Or, hey, you finally get on the football field, the punter has a great punt, pins you in the 1-yard line, you have 2 penalties, now you have a safety.
Crazy.
Like, there's no rhythm because of that, though, Zach. So, like, how much of it is on Sean and Bo, and how much of it is on just not a disciplined football team offensively, and they're shooting themselves in the foot?
I'll say this. Imagine adding A.J. Brown and his frustrations playing in this offense right now.
Oh, no.
Seriously.
He'll be happy.
Seriously.
He'll be happy. He'll get all the targets.
I mean, he's getting all the targets in Philly right now, and he's still not happy. He's averaging 2 more targets a game than Devontae Smith, and he's belly aching. So, I mean, this offense has issues. And if they don't fix it, you better hope that this defense is the Super Bowl 50 defense. And right now, statistically, they are. They're actually better. But that defense, took over playoff games.
Yeah.
You know, and does this defense have that capability? Maybe they do. Maybe the Broncos go win the Super Bowl despite their offense, but chances are historically, through the course of NFL history, if you have Super Bowl aspirations or if you have aspirations to win a playoff game, let's start there. Offense has to play a lot better and in a hurry because it ain't getting easier. That was the 31st ranked defense, 31st ranked defense in the league yesterday, and you scored 13 points. That's less than half of the average that they had been giving up for the last month and a half. So
get some rhythm. You have a bunch of players on that team, obviously, that don't know how to dance. They got to get some type of rhythm going. Bo Nix has to start finding ways to stay on that football field and helping this defense out.
Well, it's got to get corrected and in a hurry. And Sean Payton knows it. His body language told you all you needed to know after that game yesterday. All right, if you want to react to this conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, and get some of those reactions here. Also, something happened over the weekend that I couldn't believe, yet simultaneously, I actually could. And we'll talk about that conflicted nature coming up next.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
The Fed has finally dropped interest rates, and that's great news for American homeowners. Wages are flat, prices keep climbing, and for many, the only way to make ends meet is to lean on credit cards. If you're a homeowner, I want you to call my friends at American Financing. Right now, interest rates have dropped. Many homeowners are seeing options in the low 5s. Compare that to credit cards charging rates in the 20s or higher. American Financing can help you pay off that expensive debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your budget under control. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are saving customers an average of $800 a month. And if you get started today, you may be able to delay your next mortgage payment. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Join Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and Modelo at Mile High Station on Sunday, October 19th from noon to 2:05 p.m. for the Fan Football pregame show. Get your head in the game with orange and blue face painting and Modelo. Modelo, brewed for full-time fans.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 five-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
Hey, it's Mike Evans with Advanced Tax Solutions and one of their great clients who found themselves in an issue with the IRS. Saul, tell us what you owed the IRS.
I owed the IRS $68,000 for back taxes.
Wow, $68,000. I got to ask you, Saul, what kind of emotions were you feeling when you heard that was the amount?
I felt nervous, and then you feel fear. You don't really know what they're going to do, take, or anything else. It's scary.
So you ended up owing $68,000. How much did you end up owing after working with Todd and Advanced Tax Solutions?
$100.
$100? What were you feeling when you heard that?
Happy, stunned, and then I left work to go celebrate.
Wow, that's an amazing story, but not surprising. We hear a lot of success stories with Advanced Tax Solutions. If you find yourself having a problem with payroll, taxes, or the IRS, don't fight the fight yourself. Reach out to Todd Whalen and Advanced Tax Solutions. Give them a call, 303-753-6040.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally,
The Rock has come back to Denver!
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on The Drive.
All right, let's come up to top rope with it! 1! All righty. Man, something happened over the weekend that I couldn't believe, yet simultaneously I absolutely could. What the heck are you talking about? How can both of those things could be true? Watching Mikko Rantanen score the game-winning shootout goal against the Avs.
Zach, I think everybody knew what you were going to say.
Oh, my gosh.
I feel like a broken record for saying this, but you can't make it up.
No, you can't. In the first game back in Denver, after ripping the Avs' heart out last year in Game 7 in a self-contained third-period hat trick for the first time in NHL history. And that was the, hey, good to see you guys again moment that he got to leave with.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess the encouraging thing is it's a shootout. You know, you know how that goes.
Yep.
But it being Mikko, it kind of adds salt to the wound because now it's like, what's next? This was a high-flying game. It was fun to watch, playoff atmosphere, and we were on the other side of it yet again.
Yep.
We have to find a way to get over the hump before we start these playoffs, and I know we will. It's young, it's early.
Oh yeah.
But you definitely don't want to see the Stars come into our house. Mikko come into our house, and used to be his, now it's his ex-house, and do what he did to us.
Crazy. So the Avs lost, but they secured the point, right? We understand that that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And then today they turn around and already earlier today beat the Sabres 3-1, and McKinnon had a pair of goals in that game. Cale had the other. So this is the way I look at it. You had an opportunity after 4 games, all right, against the Kings, Mammoth, Stars, and Sabres to accumulate 8 total points. And you have 7 of the 8. I know it's not perfect, but that's about as good of a start through 4 games that we could have hoped for.
I mean, think about where we were last year with Georgiev and Onanen. Like, we started, we were struggling.
0-4.
0-4.
Took overtime to win the 5th game.
And now you have 7 of the 8 points. You're looking good. The team chemistry is starting to come along. Netchus and McKinnon looking great together.
Netchus. That dude.
Don't forget about Netchus now.
Oh, I haven't. I mean, that dude is on one right now. He looks like one of the better players in the world. Really awesome start to his season.
Pay the man. Every time he scores a goal and he looks good, I get a little nervous. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Mikko all over again.
Yep.
And I think this time we're gonna nail it, man. We must nail it if we're gonna have success in the future.
Yep.
Because that's what it's all about. It's about the future. It's about Cale. It's about Nate Dogg, and of course the Netchus can sign that contract. We're gonna be good for a long time.
No doubt about it. Another win today for Scott Wedgwood. 3-0-1, giving up less than 2 goals a game. 195 goals against. That's 9th in the NHL. 936 save percentage in the top half of the league. And another. So in 3 of the 4 games that Wedgie has been in between the pipes, he has given up 1 goal. 1 goal against the Kings, 1 goal against Utah, 1 goal today against Buffalo. So can't ask for much more. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
Man, James Franklin, little game James.
Why, James? Why?
Out at Penn State. Man, lost to UCLA and Northwestern in back-to-back weeks. The team is 3-3. Do you think that Penn State was a little too reactionary to their fan base, considering that last year they won 2 playoff games and nearly went to the national championship?
You know, when it comes to James Franklin, it's the Big Ten. The expectations is you win it all. You have to beat Ohio State. You have to beat the big dogs. And when you're not able to do that consistently, you're out of a job. And I wish I could have brought up this stat. I need to find the stat. Maybe you have it or you've seen it. But I want to say, for when it comes to like top 5 teams, James Franklin hasn't won.
No, he hasn't. That's why he's little game James.
Okay, and so it's like, if you can't do that ever, Look at you, Dante. You can't do that ever. Then something has to give, and you're going to be out of a job because of that.
Dante, you said he has one win?
I think he has one because the funny stat was that him and then the interim coach at UCLA have the exact amount of wins versus top 5 teams.
Yeah. Well, Curt Cignetti this month has more wins against top 10 teams than James Franklin has had in a decade. So he just loses all the coin flip games, but the one thing that Penn State had mastered is winning the games that they're supposed to win. They had mastered it. And his against the spread numbers against inferior opponents was insane. But then you start to lose to UCLA. You start to lose to Northwestern. I mean, holy smokes. So early names to keep an eye on for that job. Matt Rule's name has been mentioned. We'll see about that. Yeah. My uncle Curt Cignetti.
Ooh.
Just incredible what he has done at Indiana.
The Grim Reaper.
This dude, and I'll pat myself on the back because I know nobody else will do it for me. Before that ball was kicked off last year, before he coached his first game, and you're my witness because you were sitting across me, said, this dude, watch what he does at Indiana. But I could not have seen this. I could not have seen this. So his name, they already ripped up his contract in year number 1 and made him amongst highest paid.
Well, can they do it again?
Could they do it again?
They're going to have to do something to keep him. Like, Penn State would be a fool not to try to go after him. Now, I don't know how much they're willing to give because they had that buyout with James Franklin, $50 million.
Yep.
But it's the Big Ten. It's Penn State. My guessing is they have it in their back pocket. So Curt Cignetti, he may end up jumping ship for some more money, Zach.
I mean, they had just beaten a top 10 Illinois team by 53 at the end of September. And then you beat number 3 Oregon by double digits? You were the double-digit underdog. You beat him by double digits? I mean, that's on the road?
Google him.
In Eugene?
Google him.
Google him. Next to the 3 count.
1, 2, 3!
All right, man, did you see this? The Titans fired Brian Callahan today. Callahan was 4-18 in his season and a half in Tennessee. Vrabel with the Patriots is already at 4-2, the guy that they moved on from. The last 4 quarterbacks taken number 1 overall have seen their coach get fired during their rookie seasons. Think about that. Cam Ward, number 1 pick, Brian Callahan fired today. Caleb Williams, number 1 pick, Matt Eberflus, fired.
Yeah.
Bryce Young, number 1 pick, Frank Reich, fired. Trevor Lawrence had Urban Meyer, fired. All in their rookie season.
It's like not enough stability, man. For a young rookie quarterback that's gone through a lot, this is where someone like Sean Payton, like, it's good to have a coach that's going to be there for a while, especially for Sean if he can continue to win. Like, he handpicked Bo Nix, so the stability is there. For these other quarterbacks like Cam Ward, man, I feel sorry for them. How are they supposed to develop? How are they supposed to build a relationship when these coaches are coming and going so fast?
Crazy, man. Crazy. What a helter-skelter start to these number 1 overall picks careers, really. And then, as fate would have it, who do the Titans have next week? Vrabel and the Patriots. So, poetic. All right, on August 1st, Nick Bonito was 60-1 to win Defensive Player of the Year. Wait until you hear what he is today. That's next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
What is up, guys? Phillip Lindsay here, and I want to tell you about my new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip, along with a Daisy Ranch Dip, guys, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Don't miss Colorado football's 2 remaining home games of the 2025 season. Celebrate homecoming with the Buffaloes as CU faces the Arizona Wildcats on Saturday, November 1st. Then lock in your seats for Senior Day against the reigning Big 12 champs, Arizona State, on November 22nd. Great seats are still available at beautiful Folsom Field. Visit cubus.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282 and be there as Ralphie 7 leads the charge for your Colorado Buffaloes.
Select help. How can we help? Hi, my CEO needs a POV on the ROI of HDHPs. Buy EOD.
Okay, so you're a small business. Let's start there.
How'd you know that?
Let's just say it's not my first RODEO. Get it? Rodeo.
Oh, right. Letters.
Let's get started.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Big deals on windows and siding. Order in October, finance with them, and pay nothing until November 2027. Be warm for the holidays. Call 5280 Exteriors. Low monthly payments. 5280 Exteriors. The altitude of quality.
Upgrade your hunting arsenal with premium brands at great prices during the Shields Hunting Sale event happening now through October 19th. Scope out savings on your favorite brands in camo, rifles, ammunition, and so much more. Like $200 off the Sitka Fanatic jacket and up to $500 off the Leupold VX5 HD rifle scope. Join the community of hunters who trust Shields experts to outfit their adventures and get more bang for your buck now through October 19th at Shields.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because it's Soda Weight Loss. You could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before Soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks. No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. There's no reason to be spooked by doing your estate plan. We make the process easy and even fun. There are no tricks here. Our compassionate approach helps take the mystery out of the whole estate planning process, so you can have the priceless peace of mind that your wishes and your legacy will be memorialized for your loved ones. Find us at willsandwellness.com or give us a call at 720-266-8190.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Tune in to Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Back on October 1st, and prior to that on September 1st, and then prior to that on August 1st, Nick Bonito was an absolute long shot for Defensive Player of the Year.
Torpedo Bonito.
Man. And I've been following this for selfish reasons, and just I like that world.
Don't you have a golden ticket right now?
I have a golden ticket at 60-1, and then a silver ticket at 40-1.
I got a golden ticket.
So, Broncos pass rusher Nick Bonito, his defensive player of the year odds back on August 1st, 60-1. For every dollar you would wager, that's 60 in return if you went and won it. So, a $25 bet times 60 is $1,500. All right? That's what type of long shot Bonito was.
I thought you were going to put me on the spot. I'm like, come on now.
Oh, no.
Come on now.
September 1st, a month later, Bonito was 40-1. On October 1st, Bonito was 15-1.
Just moving up.
Phil, last Monday, Nick Bonito was 6-1. And today, he is right around 3-1. They call it plus 330. So every dollar you spend, you'd get about $3.30.
So it's not even worth betting right now, as you would say.
That is how I view it. Considering where the odds have plummeted from, it's like plus 330 for a season-long bet. Probably not worth it anymore.
That's insane, man. What Nick Bonito is doing is unreal. Like, watching Nick Bonito is like watching a young Von Miller. When Von was at his best, when he was out there and he was hungry and he was limber and he was fighting for something. Now, of course, as you get older, you win the Super Bowls, the MVP, it's different.
Yep.
So for Nick Bonito, he's having fun. He even talked about it before he got paid where VJ had him in the office and VJ said, hey, look, you can be a double-digit sack guy. And Nick Bonito looks around and says, are you talking to me?
Right.
At some point, Nick Bonito didn't even have the confidence that he has now in himself. But now that man has the confidence, and he understands how good he is, that get off is unreal. He's just playing free. He's having fun. It's a great scheme that VJ has him in. Zach Allen's doing some of the dirty work. You got Jonathan Cooper on the other side of him. This is a well-put-together defense, and Nick Bonito is shining.
He is shining like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Well, he is just so fun to watch right now. And it's another week. It was another sack. Now, I thought, look at Von Miller. Oh, my gosh.
What is he doing?
So Von Miller is walking into Monday Night Football, and he's dressed like that. It looked like Rick James.
Yeah, it looks like.
It looked like a Rick James wig, a leather jacket.
Oh,
what a trip, as we were just talking about Von and how Bonito looks like a young Von Miller.
DJ Von the Don.
DJ Von the Don. And by the way, Von Miller, has registered a few sacks here so far this season. So he is still producing at the NFL level at his age, which is remarkable. But Bonito is number one in the NFL right now in sacks. Number one. 8 sacks after 6 games. And the other guys who are nipping at his heels, Byron Young for the Rams is a half sack behind Bonito. Brian Burns has 7, so a full sack behind Bonito. But I cannot believe his ascension. To beat and by the way, I gave you the odds. He's plus 330. He is the co-favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year. I think this is going to happen. I genuinely believe that this is going to happen.
Zach, look at this man's stats and how he started when he first got here in 2022. He had 1.5 sacks. Now, he wasn't a starter. We know that. Then he went from 1.5 to 8 sacks. Last year,
when he also wasn't a starter at the beginning of the season.
Right. And this is what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You move up to 2024 last year. Remember, Nick Bonito didn't start those first 2 games.
That's right. I jumped the gun. You're right.
No, he didn't start 2023. 22 he didn't start. In the start of 24, he did not start either. But yet, in 24, he had 13.5 sacks. My man has 8 sacks in 6 games. What's going on?
What a freak.
We talk about, right now, he's emerging as a star.
Yes, he is. It's happening right now. We're watching it for him.
What does he need to do to become a superstar? Does he have to do this again next year? Or is it hey, if he gets 20 sacks, let's say 20 sacks.
Is he talking about this year?
Oh, yeah. Look,
20?
Look what he's doing. He's at 8.
If he wins 20, he's Defensive Player of the Year.
No matter what.
No matter what. If Nick Bonito gets to 20 sacks after the awareness year happened last year, and you're doing it for a team in the playoffs, which we fully anticipate, he's If you win Defensive Player of the Year, you're a star. And this is way too early to be mentioning this. But what winning I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. He is forming into a star.
And to shine bright like a diamond.
It's so fun to watch.
It is. And you know what's so fun and good about Nick Bonito is he never brags about himself.
No.
He's always talking about his teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Riley Moss, whether it's Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, it doesn't matter. He's like, hey, those are my guys. I'm able to have success because of them. And when you start to understand that this is a team game, you start to have more success. And guess what? Players understand that. And it's like, hey, you're a good guy. I like you. I'm going to make sure that you win Defensive Player of the Year because I'm going to do the dirty work so that you're one-on-one with the tackles.
Right.
But if Nick Bonito wasn't like that, now you're sitting there in the locker room and they're like, look at this guy. Like, I'm not going to help him out. This is why it matters to have a good culture in there where everybody cares about each other. Everybody cares about the success with one another. Because when one eats, everybody eats. Everybody gets paid because now the defense becomes top 5, number 1. And now other teams are like, hey, we need somebody off that defense. If you don't want to pay for John Franklin Myers, maybe we'll pay a little bit more for him.
I love that. Here's Bonito after the game talking about his Defensive Player of the Year candidacy.
It's a long season. You know, I still have a lot of room to grow in my game and just a lot of games to just keep playing and keep trying to stack these wins. So I got a lot of ways to go before we start even having those conversations.
So good for him for staying grounded.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's got to feel like he's floating right now.
Oh, he has to be loving life.
It's got to feel like he's floating.
He just got paid all that money, having success. Money's not getting to him. Success is not getting to him. Like, fun to watch, man. Great dude.
Here is Nick Bonito talking about getting better each and every year.
I feel like I've always kind of had the same trajectory everywhere I've been, whether that was in high school, having to come in and wait my turn until, you know, I had to come in and be ready to play. Same thing in college. You redshirted my freshman year, had to wait my turn and just be ready when my turn came to play. And, you know, same thing in the NFL. I may have not been where I wanted to my rookie year, but just continuously trying to work and get better every day. That way, whenever your time does come, you can take advantage of the moment.
Incredible. Incredible. The process of a star begins when clouds collapse under their own gravity, leading to an accumulation of gas and dust in dense regions known as, Phil, and I know you know this, stellar nurseries. Over time, this accumulation results Over time, this accumulation results in a formation of a star, which can take around 1 million years to fully develop. Bonito's done it in 3 years. Unbelievable. As the gas and dust clump together, they spin and heat up, eventually igniting nuclear fusion in the core, which marks the birth of a new star. That's what we are watching in Denver, Colorado.
A star was born.
I absolutely love it. I love it.
Look at you giving the definition of a star. I can't wait to know what the superstar looks like.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right. What was Bo Nix and Pat Surtain saying after the Broncos eked out a win versus the lowly Jets? We'll hear from them next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Happy holidays, Colorado.
Dave, come on. Isn't that a little early?
No. Who wants to wait for savings? No one. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed 5.81 APR.
Wait, you have a 4.75% rate fixed for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. Our trademark lowest rate for life program allows you to lock in savings today, and if the market does improve after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. This is the best program in the industry. Plus, our holiday bonus, no payments until January of 26, and access up to $15,000 cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Are joint pain or injuries keeping you from living your best life? I'm Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. We don't believe in one size fits all. Instead, we create personalized stem cell treatment plans using your own stem cells or donor cells to help regenerate joints, repair torn muscles and ligaments, and restore mobility. For a limited time, get 10% off through October. Don't wait. Book your free consultation now at denverregen.com. That's denverregen.com.
Brandon Stokely here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? Since 1976, Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Colorado, here's the score. Groove Toyota has over 25 used vehicles priced under $10,000. That's right, dependable cars, trucks, and SUVs you can drive home today without breaking the bank. Just like game day, timing is everything. These deals won't last long, and when the clock runs out, they're gone. Groove Toyota is all in on Colorado, all in on value, and all in on getting you back in the game. So make your move. Groove Toyota on Broadway in Inglewood or shop GrooveToyota.com. Groove Toyota, all in on Colorado all season long.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Colorado. Rock Creek Farms Pumpkin Patch and Corn Maze is one of the oldest in Colorado, with acres of pumpkins to pick, miles of mazes, baked goods, and more. Get your tickets now at rockcreekfarm.com.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with
Zach, solid. He missed a couple opportunities once again, but also there wasn't a bunch of opportunities out there because Sean wouldn't let my man fly. Kind of clipped his wings after that first drive, where it's like, Sean, what are you doing, man? Bo's ready to go. Like, we need to know. I believe he's our franchise quarterback, but we had that poll out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's 50-50.
It's unbelievable.
And so if that's the case, in the fan base, they're confused or they don't know really which way to go just yet. Sean needs to let everybody know. Like, we need reassurance. Like, hey, this is our guy. How do you do that? Let him rip. Either he's going to succeed or he's going to fail, but let him do that. You put a lot of work into Bo Nix, but yet it seems like you're holding him back now. And we said it earlier, and I'm going to say it again. yesterday against the Jets, the defense was playing to win, and the offense was playing not to lose. And you can't do that when you're going up against better opponents, a better team. Like I keep saying the Bills because we got beat by the Bills in the playoffs last year. We're gonna have to see them again if we want to get to the Super Bowl. So it's like if you're going to beat teams like that, like the Bucs, like the Bills, then you have to have a great balance with your defense and your offense. So I'm going to say solid because he made some really good plays with his legs. He made a couple really good passes. He didn't turn the ball over. He had that open touchdown. He was able to execute that one.
Yeah, that was truly schemed up for him.
Beautiful schemed up play, but I want to see more. Sean, let him go. Let him fly.
Well,
what about you, man? How'd you feel about it?
I thought it was okay. I agree with you that a part of his story yesterday, it looked like Sean Payton put the bumpers back on the bowling lane. And I don't know why, because his start was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And he looked comfortable. Dude, he came off the sidelines on into the huddle on one of them like he was like skipping. He was
ready to play.
He was winking and giving thumbs up. I mean, he looked so comfortable to start the game. 100 yards in the first quarter. He was on pace to throw for 400 yards after 25% of the game was over. And then I don't know what and you talk about being a fly on the wall. I would love to be in the meeting room today about why the order of operations was what it was, because it looked like to a certain degree, and I'm playing psychologist here, so don't take me too seriously, but to a certain degree, it looked like they were trying to like protect Bo from Bo, but I don't know why, because I didn't see anything that warranted that. It wasn't like, hey, we need to shift gears because he just threw 2 picks and we need to pare everything down. So I don't know.
Like the game plan was just off, Zach. You have an 8 in the box. The Jets are going 8 in the box. They're selling out to stop the run. That means you're one-on-ones with your receivers, and yet you're doing a bunch of screens. I understand the screens when it's 2nd and 5, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 2, and you can pick them up. But at some point, you got to stretch the football field. You have to keep a defense honest, even with the pass. And Sean did not do that. Bo wasn't able to do that because he wasn't given the keys to do it. That's my take on things.
Sure. Well, this is part of the reason why I have been a little bit critical of his completion percentage and where it ranks in the NFL, considering the amount of passes that get thrown at or behind the line of scrimmage. Like, how do you throw that many screens? It's the most screen passes I've ever seen thrown in the NFL on this type of regular basis. And a lot of it looks like Bo's Oregon offense. And so, like, how are you 24th in the NFL in completion percentage when it's that many layups involved? And so I've been a little bit critical of Bo in that, but a part of that style play calling is Sean. It just is. But I'll say this, when they had to have a drive, when they had to have it, it was a 12-play, 65-yard drive that took over 5 minutes and kicked the game-winning field goal to win 13-11.
Yeah.
And so it was frustrating throughout it. It was maddening at some points. It's not sustainable, that style that we saw. But at the same time, I thought that it was timely. It was timely success. I thought that it could have ended in a touchdown. I thought that he missed Sutton into the left corner of the end zone. I mean, Sutton looked like he broke the dude off.
Yeah, it ends up being a fade route, but Sutton's it's an inside fade route because Sutton's lined up on the inside. He was able to get off the line of scrimmage on the nickel or cornerback.
I didn't see. I don't know who it was.
And you're right, Zach. I will say this for Bo. It's like get a little bit more air under it. You have to give your receiver a chance. But in order to do that, you have to take those shots throughout the game to kind of warm up or lead up to that. And this is where I blame Sean a little bit. It's like, Sean, where was this at? Why are you not being aggressive, especially when your defense is as dominant as they are right now? You know you can take risks now that your defense can go out there and stop them. Know that Justin Fields is not looking like a good quarterback at all right now. And the Jets went into this game giving up 16 sacks. And the Denver Broncos had 9 yesterday. And yet you're conservative? Like you don't open up the playbook when you should against the Jets? I'm just confused right now with Sean and what he's doing for Bo.
Yeah, so it was a little bit of this and a little bit of that, where I thought Sean's play calling deserved to be criticized, but also the one touchdown that you did have was spooned fed to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Great play.
On the Nate Atkins touchdown, where you had, I think it was Mims out there for a screen pass. It looked like a potential screen, and Cortland Sutton's dragging across
yeah.
right to left, taking defenders with him. And it's like, I expect every quarterback and their backup to make that throw.
Yep. You're right. Look at you looking at me.
Just being real. Just being real. Schemed it up for him. And I thought the Sutton individual effort to get open, and I guess play call too, you give it credit. And Bo just missed a touchdown long. And that's been a real theme here for a month. Bo missing touchdown passes long. They're all the same. They're not errant. They're not short. They're long.
Yeah.
And I guess at the core, I understand why he'd be missing long, because if I'm gonna miss, it's my guy can get it or nothing. But eventually, like, the Jets had the ball back with a chance to win the game on a field goal because that pass was missed. So it didn't. They went unscathed because the defense was a boa constrictor and squeezed the life out of the Jets and Justin Fields. But at a certain point here, Phil, I mean, we're mid-October here. We're mid-October. The offense is going to need to figure itself out, or they're either going to squander an opportunity to play in the playoffs, or when they get there, they're not going to have a lot of success.
Okay.
Unless this is the greatest defense since Super Bowl 50.
Yeah, but even then, like,
and it might be.
There's something that when we talked to B. Marsh a couple of weeks ago, where B. Marsh, and actually it was I want to say T.J. Ward too, where they're like there were no holes in their defense. When you looked at the Super Bowl 50 defense, you couldn't find a weakness.
Right.
With this defense, as of right now, there's a couple weaknesses out there. Inside linebacker position. I don't know how confident we are with Riley Moss when he's going up against better competition. So there's still questions out there for the defense. Offensively, they got to pick their game up. You have to have a true receiver too that emerges, that can be consistent every single game for you, so that Cortland can get the opportunities. Cortland had one reception for 17 yards. That's unacceptable. But when you have shell coverage and you have the Jets playing two guys on them, and you have Sauce Gardner, who is a really good cornerback, it's going to be hard to go Cortland Sutton's way. So, therefore, you have Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant. They have to find ways to get open and get open faster than what they are. And Bo has to hit on them.
Well, outside that short that short pass to Mims that ended up going for 26 because of a catch and run, the Broncos didn't have a pass play that went for 20 yards or 19 yards or 18 yards. So it's got to improve. Here's Bo Nix on what the final drive says about the team.
Says a lot. We were in a weird spot, sort of a hole, and we had to dig ourselves out of it, and knew we needed a drive. We felt confident that just get back ahead and our defense wouldn't allow them to score again, and that's pretty much what happened. We got a good drive, finally got a couple explosives. Evan sort of turned it on, switched things for us once he made that catch and got a first down. Then Marvin with his explosive, and then we got down there and ran a couple runs and got in field goal range. You'd like to score on a drive like that to really put the pressure on them, but we were just glad with points at that point without doing much offensively.
Ingram, I suppose, is a silver lining. I think statistically the best game that he's played as a Bronco, 5 catches for 42 yards, 8.5 per.
He looked good.
He did look good.
For you, like, what are you looking? I mean, thinking about what he did last week, building off of that.
Yeah.
Way better than what he was last week. He had the game-sealing touchdown. This week he was more involved, picking up first downs, a couple big-time first downs. Like, he's getting more implemented in this offense. He was out there for more than Adam Trotman when it comes to just being out there on the football field.
Did he have a higher snap count?
He had higher snap count this time.
That's the first time this year, right?
First time this year.
Good.
So
okay.
For Evan Ingram, it's just a build-up. He looks like he's getting healthier. So for Sean, like we say with the run game, obey your eyes, get a weapon going to help Cortland out, to help this offense out.
Yep. All right. Something to build off for sure, and good to see. Ingram specific. Good to see. All right, I said we'll hear from PS2. We might have to wait till tomorrow to maybe spend some time on PS2. What was our single biggest takeaway? Your single biggest takeaway from the Broncos win in London? I want to hear it next.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Thinking about buying a home in Colorado? You're not the only one, and now might be your best shot. We're officially in a buyer's market, which means you've got the upper hand. More homes are on the market, competition is down, and serious deals are out there just waiting to be found. Whether you're a first-time buyer or looking to upgrade or downsize, now's the time to get pre-approved. And American Financing can make that happen in 24 hours or less. And here's the kicker. When you work with both American Financing and their partner American Home Agents, you can receive a credit on closing costs of up to 1% or a max of $10,000 on your home loan. If you've been sitting on the sidelines, it's time to step in, and American Financing is the place to start. Don't let the 20% down myth stop you. You could buy a home with as little as 3% down, and with down payment assistance programs available, getting into a home might be easier than you think. Pick up the phone, call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
Hey sports fans, did you know that O'Mara owns GMC on 104th, and now it's time to check them out?
That's right, and O'Mara GMC announces the lowest lease payments of the year. GMC Hummer, just $549. Sierra 1500, just $479.
Lease a GMC Hummer for only $549 a month, or a Sierra 1500 for just $479?
That's O'Mara GMC on 104th. OmaraGMC.com.
Stock SZ167052 and SU104091. See the website for complete details.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Stokely here from my friends at 5280 Waste Solutions of Denver. Unhappy with your home or business trash and recycling service? Need a temporary dumpster for a project? Call 5280 Waste Solutions at 303-529-2329. Colorado isn't just where they work, it's home. They guarantee swift, on-time pickup for residential and commercial customers. Make the switch and get reliable local service you can count on. Go to 5280waste.com. 5280 Waste Solutions, your hometown brand.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Planning out your holiday pictures? Let's move you to the front because it's Soda Weight Loss. You could drop the belly fat and gain your confidence back, just like Ramon.
I used to dread those pictures. I'd position myself behind someone taller or make sure I was holding a plate so nobody focused on my belly. But that was before soda. Soda gave me more than a smaller waistline. It gave me back the confidence to wear what I want. And they make it simple. No injections, no hunger, just a plan that works.
Soda Weight Loss is built for busy people like you.
I lost 82 pounds in just 16 weeks, No hunger, no drugs, just steady, real-life progress with the nutritionist who helps you every step of the way.
That's why Soda has nearly 9,000 Google reviews. And right now, the most popular offer of the season is back. Join today, and your partner joins free. Visit sodaweightloss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com.
Soda is, say it with me, state of the art.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name. And the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's Fall Football Sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's the drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Broncos win 13-11. A Broncos-Jets classic. I mean, just...
Like flashback to the Broncos, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
When I was at the Colts, we beat the Broncos.
12-9. 12-9.
We were celebrating in that locker room.
Oh, my gosh. I mean...
Woo! Barn burner right there.
I'll tell you what. And for whatever reason, like, and I can't explain it. But for whatever reason, like, Broncos-Jets produces some bad ball, man. And they've played, I want to say these two teams have played, I want to say 5-6 years in a row. I'm almost positive.
Man.
I'm almost positive. Yesterday was a 13-11. The game in 2024, that was week 4, was 10-9 in the Meadowlands. And the game before that was in 2023, Jets 31, Broncos 21. Might have been a backup. I want to say I think Brett Rippon was playing in that game.
That was Rippy was there 2020. Because remember, like that was, I want to say, Jerry Jeudy's first touchdown, or he had a crazy touchdown catch, and it was COVID. That was when Rippon was there.
You're jogging my memory.
I was hurt. It was
think
Gillette Stadium.
Didn't Jeudy like kind of moss someone?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and then
and I think that corner, that game had actually a couple interceptions.
Yes,
I think he had a couple interceptions, but Jeudy got him on the one.
And then your favorite player, Melvin, busted off at the end to like solidify the win.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like that was when Ripien played.
Wow. Okay. So that was 2020?
That was 2020.
Okay. In 2022, the game was 16-9. So if you take out the game in 2023, that was 31-21. The last 3 Bronco-Jet scores are 13-11, 10-9, and 16-9. I mean, goodness. It just is what it is. What do you think your biggest takeaway was? Your number one takeaway from yesterday?
That the Denver Broncos are still inconsistent as a team. The takeaway is Denver's, like, we know Denver's defense is great. And they had 9 sacks. But as a team, all 3 phases, very inconsistent. Against the Colts, Bo had 4 drives where he had 4 touchdowns. Special teams-wise, there has yet been to be a game where I'm like, man, special teams is just dominating.
I know. They've had a couple plays here and there.
Like splash plays here and there, but they're just not consistent.
Yep.
So overall, as a unit, if we're going to be a team that goes far in the playoffs, a team that's believable, all 3 phases have to come alive, and that has yet to be done. So this team is very inconsistent. That's what I took out of this football game, and it showed.
Yeah.
Defense was great.
Yeah.
Offense was not even average. They were bad. And special team wise, it was bad.
Well,
what would you say? There's a lot there.
Yeah. Well, I definitely agree with you, of course, about the inconsistencies. If the Broncos ever put this thing together, the team could win the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're on that train now, huh?
If they could ever put it all together. But unfortunately, 2 of the 3 phases of football, I never know what I'm going to get. I never know what I'm going to get. Special teams and the offense, I feel like I'm at the roulette table. I just have no idea. And so...
Hit Black 21, isn't that what Deion
said? Yeah, he did. But yeah, I will... I was frustrated watching the game like a lot of other members of Broncos country, and was live tweeting. And I said, I don't think they should have the blaring music and the smoke machine this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
But at the same time, people would say, hey, but what about the guys on defense? And so, which led to me saying the guys on defense should be able to party and the guys on offense shouldn't be able to take a shower. So they get back to the stateside. And of course, I'm kidding. But I guess here I sit a day later, and I will choose to say, man, my biggest takeaway is we could be looking at the NFL's best defense.
So you're just going to go straight defense. You're going to look past offense, special teams. We're just going to focus on the great in the game, which was the defense.
I think today here on a Monday, stepping out of the frustrated state I was in yesterday morning, and saying, okay, the Broncos won. What was the best part about the Broncos win? It was one of the most dominating defensive sequences I've ever seen. And I can tell you, it's the most dominant defensive sequence that the New York Jets have ever seen. They have been playing Jet football for over 65 years since they were playing on the Polo Grounds, and they were the New York Titans. And I remember growing up hearing about those days from
New York Titans.
Older folks, yeah. And I put together a video of what it looked like back then, the Titans playing. It's on Instagram, ZBuy23, TikTok at Buysline. And
if you watch the video, you follow.
And go ahead and throw me a follow. I'd love that. But when you have a football game yesterday that produces the least amount of passing yards in the history of your franchise, and the history of your franchise encompasses over 1,000 games, couple thousand games, and that's the worst it's ever been, I will choose today to say, man, the Broncos made you feel like that. The Broncos crippled you. They sucked the life out of you like a venomous snake. And
so since you're choosing the defense, how do you feel about the defense going against the Jets? Was it just the defense being dominant?
It's both, Phil.
I was going to say, or is it the Jets being the Jets?
It's both. It's both. There's a reason why the Jets haven't won a game. But Fields has been actually pretty solid. He's been okay.
Yeah, we went through with Justin Fields with the completion rate and
yes,
him being in close games and being able to utilize his legs, and he's been in the league for 5 years.
Yep. So it's a combination. I think when it gets that bad and you have the least amount, you literally ended a game with negative passing yards. It's a dominant defense, the league's best defense, against a first-year head coach and a journeyman quarterback and an offense that is really struggling to find their way. It looked like Garrett Wilson was screaming at Aaron Glenn on the way into the locker room at halftime.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would scream at him too. That was bizarre.
That was a terrible sequence to end half.
At the end of half, you find a way to get a first down, and you're literally finding a way to just try to waste the clock.
So weird.
Just go out there and give it your all. You're 0-5. You're 0-5 going against a dominant defense. Give yourself a chance. Man, Zach, truly, they went for it on fourth down, too.
They did. And then they got it on the fake punt that the Broncos sniffed out. You see Rizzy running down the sideline. They knew it was coming. They kept their starting offensive line in, so they knew it was coming, converted it anyway. So that stunk, but then the Jets didn't do anything with it, to the point where Kurt Warner is saying, I'm usually not at a loss for words. I'm trying to understand what's going on now.
That's when he decided to go to X. He said, you know what, let me start tweeting this stuff.
Oh, my gosh. You can't make it up, man. Yesterday was a game that is super memorable for the defense and gave the Jets an all-time historically bad performance, but the offense literally had the play-by-play and color guy making fun of the game that they were calling. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. All right. You want to react to any of that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. The Broncos offense was painful to watch. Why did it happen to the degree that it did? I want to hear from Sean Payton a little bit about this run game, Phil. Next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done, with precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. I'm here with Chris. Tell me what your situation was.
I had purchased a house fairly recently to receiving a letter from the IRS, and it was a little confusing to me regarding some assets that I liquidated.
Those letters are super confusing.
Yeah, just kind of figuring out the math and how did they come up with the number, and even talking to them, I wasn't getting any closer to finding an answer. I kind of had a sense that they were trying to hurry me along, you know.
So you gave us a call. What happened next?
I spoke to you shortly after calling, forwarded you over my paperwork. You had taken a look at all of it, and then we got on a video conference, and you had quickly deciphered the whole thing.
What was the end game on that? What happened?
I was able to get in touch with them regarding a payment arrangement, and at that time, they were way more helpful. You know, you were my go-to because I'd heard you on the radio for so many years, and you never think you're going to need someone until you need them, and as soon as I did, I knew it was the right choice because you were, you know, very quick in giving me an answer to the questions I had.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming down. Advanced Tax Solutions, 303-753-6040.
Point Pios! Denver Volleyball is having a record-setting year so far. Don't miss the action in Hamilton Gym this season. Check out Denver Volleyball at DenverPioneers.com. Pick a match, grab some friends, and cheer on the Pioneers. We are affordable and fun. We are Denver's home for college sports.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
It's holiday season again, which is great, but also a time of great stress. Planning and paying for friends, family, bills, gifts, etc. can make what should be the best time of the year into the most stressful. At U.S. Mortgages, we want to help reduce stress and debts. Lock in our below-market 4.75 5-year fixed, 5.81 APO.
Wait, you have a 4.75% fixed rate for 5 years?
Yes, and it comes with our lowest rate for life program. If the market improves after you close, even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. And there's no limit to the number of times you can use this. Lower your bills and stress, save money, and no payments until January of 26. Plus, access up to $15,000 in cash benefits just in time for the holidays. Call us now at 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Hey guys, it's Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Right now, they've got a great deal on windows, so take advantage before the snow starts falling. Order your windows in October, finance your project with them, and you won't pay anything until November of 2027. Be warm during the holidays. Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the cold weather arrives. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Step Denver, a nonprofit solution to addiction and homelessness.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
The Broncos offense was painful. Before we hear from Sean Payton on the run game, how do you diagnose the strength of the offense yesterday?
Sean, right now I'm trying, like, the strength of the offense is running the ball, and Sean didn't do a good job of I'm not going to say sticking with the run. I didn't like the game plan towards the run scheme. When you're dealing with J.K. Dobbins, who is having a phenomenal start of a year, and his strength is getting downhill with a fullback in front of him, with this big offensive line who you're paying a lot of money for to get downhill, be creative, and get pullers in front of him, and yet you don't do that throughout the Jets game. And you throw tosses or you pitch tosses to J.K. Dobbins like he's 185 pounds and runs a 4.2. To me, it's like you're going away from the identity of your team, and it's just an inconsistent offense of game plan for Sean. And I don't know if Sean overthunk things, or he's thinking too hard about being too creative, but it wasn't good enough, Zach. The run scheme wasn't good enough, and definitely the pass scheme was not there. It was just like it was not good enough.
I wanted to ask you about Jalil. I did not realize, and I got to tell you, like the 7:30 kick time. Typically, when you're playing at 225 or 205, whatever the case, you find out, who's up, who's down.
Yeah.
I don't know what the time is, 90 minutes for the game or 2 hours for the game, whatever it is.
About 90.
Okay, so like 90 minutes before kickoff yesterday was 6 o'clock in the morning. And we actually lucked out at my house. My son snuck downstairs and was turned on the TV, which we let him do when it's either a weekend or they're doing break.
Okay.
He doesn't get to do that during the week. But so he's down there and he was quiet as a mouse. And my daughter slept in, my 3-year-old, And she called me to come get her about 5 a.m. She went back to sleep. So like it was 7:25, and I'm like, man, I gotta get my bed in, and I gotta like fire up my Twitter because this game is about to start. And honestly, we watched the whole game, the whole first half from underneath the covers. My son came up, and it was one of the highlights of the weekend. All 4 of us, me, my wife, my 7-year-old, my 3-year-old, watched the Bronco game from bed, which it was cool. It was really cool.
Could you get used to it?
I wouldn't want that on a regular basis, but as a treat from time to time, like, yeah. Because what I ended up doing, I watched the first slate of games, and then I took my son golfing. We went to Saddle Rock and played 9 holes. And I got to say this real quick. One of the best deals in this state with golf is the 5 Aurora courses. If you book a round of golf after 2 o'clock on any day, kids golf free.
See, that's amazing right there. Right there, that's
right?
crazy.
I mean, it's an incredible deal. So we played 9 holes, took 2 hours. It was just me and him. It's such a great activity for just us two. In a cart for like $35. You can't beat that.
Come on.
But I brought up that whole thing because it was so early in the morning. I didn't realize that Jalil had been activated. So when he first got the football, I was like, whoa, Jalil's in the game.
38. Who's 38?
What did you make of his usage?
Zach, first, I'm like you. I didn't know Jalil was up for this game until at the start of the game. And obviously that means that Tyler Bidet wasn't ready to play. He was dealing with a shoulder, and my guess is it flared up on him, and he was in pain. It's like, hey, I can't go today. So, Jalil, you're up. The usage for Jalil, it was I keep using the word inconsistent. I don't know why that you put him in for a big play where it's 3rd down and you do a screen with him when everybody's antennas go up where it's like, hey, there's a new guy in the game.
Right.
There's a new guy in the game that we haven't game planned for, but he's fast because we have film on him. It's 3rd down, so it's a passing down. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. That's usually what defensive players are going to do to communicate. Watch that screen. Watch 38. So for Sean, it's like if you're going to activate Jalil, you have to utilize his strength, get him out in the open field, but play him a little bit more so that when he is in the game or you decide to put him in the game, that people aren't glued in on him and saying, hey, like this is a 3rd down, watch 38. I think that for Sean, he needs to do a better job of putting these players in like Tyler Bidet if you're going to utilize him. If not, don't put him in the game.
Right.
He's a 3rd-string running back for a reason. Let him do the special team work. If somebody goes down, then you now, as a 3rd-string running back, now you become the 2nd-string running back, and you go from there.
Is that maddening for him?
It is, because you have people that are upset that he gets into the game, and they're like, why is he in the game? Like he's not ready to play. I mean, Josh Dover was upset with Jalil. My man Josh doesn't like Jalil.
Josh hates Jalil. Josh hates a lot of people.
Why is he even in the game? And so, like, it is frustrating because you want that moment to prove that you belong on this roster and that they've been missing out on your speed and you. And Jalil has had a good camp. And you get that play and you don't execute the play. You drop the ball. And the defense was all on top of it. And now you may not get another opportunity, which Jalil did not do. He may have got one more run. That was like a 2nd and long. And that was it.
Yeah. I was going to say, he dropped the ball. It looked like he took his eye off the ball, was looking upfield, which is, I guess, understandable. You see that happen. But even if he caught the ball,
dead at a rock,
he was going to get swallowed up like Jonah in a whale. Here's Sean Payton, why the run game wasn't working yesterday.
We got in some loaded fronts. I didn't think we played well up front. We started to hit a few runs late. We'll watch the tape and get a better feel for. This was a game I thought coming in we were going to be able to run the ball pretty well, and we weren't as effective as we would have liked to have been, obviously.
That's an understatement, which is why he says obviously there at the end. The longest run play of the day by a running back was for 8 yards.
That was JK. That was JK.
And that was JK.
I'm going to defend the offensive line and the run backs. Yeah, the offensive line didn't do as good as they usually do. But the play scheme, the pitches, I'm tired of that. The pitches only work. It's a curveball. It's a changeup. You don't go into a game plan saying, hey, our bread and butter is going to be a pitch today. You know it's going to be a loaded box. When it's a loaded box, that means they're adding somebody in by the line of scrimmage. In the box. That's why it says loaded box. But the thing about a loaded box is, Zach, if you get downhill, if you're able to seal off a block, the 2nd level, once you get past that 2nd level, there was nobody else. There's one safety. And so those are where your explosive plays are. But yet you don't do it because you're not getting downhill. You're not doing the counters like you were doing a week ago. So for Sean, yeah, you can blame it on the offensive line. You can blame it on the running back. But the scheme was not there. It was not a well planned out scheme when it comes to running the ball on Sunday morning.
Well, it was hard to watch. They have to fix it in a hurry. And I'll just mention this. Had the Broncos got to 100 yards, which they were 22 yards shy of, they finished with 78 yards. Had they got to 100 yards and scored a touchdown, it was going to be the first Broncos offense since 1978 for the first 6 games of the year to all go for 100 yards as a team and score at least one rushing touchdown.
1978.
That's how that's what type of start they were off to running the ball. That was nearly attainable, but unfortunately they fall short, and they need to get it fixed in a hurry because this Giants defense is significantly better than this Jets defense. So, all right, shifting gears here. We will get back to Broncos and hear from Sean Payton in less than 20 minutes, actually in less than 18 minutes from right now. But we'll hit the pause button on the Broncos briefly. Deion Sanders and the Buffs saved their season. Jay Norvell may have saved his job. We'll talk about both of those programs and the big weekend that they had. Also, some mixed feelings after the Bronco games. And we'll talk about how we feel the day after and comb through the details of that game as we are on the doorstep of over 35 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
This week's Recovery of the Week is brought to you by Step Denver, the men's residential addiction recovery program in Lower Downtown. Our Recovery of the Week this week belongs to Denver Broncos defensive tackle Malcolm Roach, who, leading up to the very first game of the season, strained his calf in practice and did not play in the first 5 weeks of the year, but last week was a full participant back at practice and is ready to contribute once again on game days.
And that is your Recovery of the Week, brought to you by Step Denver.
And I'm once again sitting down with Frank from Step Denver. Frank, recovery takes some serious effort, but it's not all hard work, right? There has to be some fun that goes along with it.
Absolutely, Zach. One of the most surprising and important parts of recovery is learning how to have fun without substances. For many of us, we've never done that before. When I was in active addiction, almost everything I did involved drinking. I couldn't imagine enjoying a concert, a ball game, or even a barbecue sober. I love going to concerts sober now because I can put the money I'm saving by not buying drinks towards buying band merch or simply saving it for a rainy day. I'm learning to live in the moment instead of constantly trying to enhance everything I experience. In fact, going to concerts sober is much more enjoyable because you actually remember it. You're present. You're laughing for real. At Step Denver, we make healthy fun a priority. Our resident advisory committee plans monthly events, things like bowling nights, hikes, or even go-kart racing. These shared experiences build camaraderie and remind us that life in recovery is full of joy. Self-care isn't just about quiet time or therapy. It's about letting loose, celebrating milestones, and feeling human again.
If you are someone who is ready and willing to seek help, call now or visit stepdenver.org. If you'd like to give, donations are also accepted at that same link, stepdenver.org.
Samantha Flanagan here for Flanagan Law. Think a fender bender can't cause serious injuries? Think again. Many significant injuries don't show symptoms immediately. I've seen it. Protect your rights. Look for the Shamrock. Go with Flanagan Law. Online at flanagan.law.
I know you don't want to think about it, but it's happening. Snow is coming, and Siltahar Motors is ready. Stocked up on a boatload of Broncos sports built for adventure in rain, sleet, or snow. So whether you're tailgating, skiing, or just exploring your own backyard, the Broncos Sport is ready for action, starting at just $27,999. Siltahar has the best selection, the easiest location, and the lowest prices in town. Go to sthmotors.com. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, Stoke here. If you need a hip or knee replacement surgery, check out Colorado Joint Replacement. They're home to some of the top trained surgeons in the state using the latest technology. Their expert surgeons offer the most innovative joint replacement care in the Front Range. To schedule an appointment, visit coloradojoint.org.
Something to satisfy every side of you, because you can't be pinned down unless you want to be. Your first love story is free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
A Victory Monday here on October 13th, rolling downhill. Wrapping up hour number 3, getting ready to knock down the door to hour number 4. We got 2 different Monday Night Football games, which I told you I just can't stand. I can't stand the 2 staggered games that you can't watch either of them in dedicated fashion.
Hey, NFL's greedy. They want it all. They can do whatever they want, but I'm with you. I mean, it's like, let's focus on just one game. Instead, you focus on 2. You're not getting that limelight like you really want to if you're a player, and it sucks. It sucks.
We got Washington, Chicago. Caleb Williams has the full fro picked out like you used to.
He's stealing it. I should have what
trademark it.
Trademark it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
And then Jaden Daniels was just warming up with a basketball. He was throwing a basketball, but like a football. I don't think I've ever seen that.
You know, quarterbacks do some weird stuff. I don't know what quarterback I saw this from, but there's a quarterback that throws it with the rugby ball. There's one quarterback out there that likes to throw it during pregame with the rugby ball.
Really?
Yeah. So it's just their pregame rituals and warm-ups to get their fingers, I don't know, strong, loose, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, and I guess we've seen baseball players get warm with a football before. Dante, you got some about C.J. Stroud?
Well, C.J. Stroud is a very interesting warm-up. But, yeah, he, shoots baskets before, on the field. They have, a little wheelie, basketball hoop.
Stop it.
I'll find the videos. I'll send them to you. He literally shoots baskets, and he's I forgot exactly what he says, but it's something about being an overall athlete getting warm or something like that. It improves. I don't know.
These football players want to be basketball players so bad. It's not even funny. He's like, wait, I don't have to wear my helmet.
In the gym?
Wait, I don't have to wear my helmet. They can see my face. What should I do? Give me a basketball.
What Bo likes to do, from what I've heard, is he wants Brendan Jones to hit him as hard as possible.
Really?
Yes. Like, this is what he does before every game. Brandon Jones was talked about it. And he said that, hey, like, I became the guy that hits Bo Nix before the game. And when he first started doing it, he was kind of like, dude, like, I'm not going to hit you hard. We're getting ready to play a 60-minute football game.
Yeah.
But I guess it gets Bo going, gets the juices flowing.
Wow.
Bo's crazy.
I love that.
Look, that's why Bo is running over defenders. That's why he ran over that cornerback yesterday.
He did try to run through someone's chest.
No,
I love it.
He ended up running through the guy's
He
chest.
did.
The guy ended up getting hurt and having to go to the blue tent. All because of Bo Nix running him over.
I love it so much. Before we get back into Broncos here in less than 9 minutes and hear from Sean Payton and comb through some of our thoughts here a day after the Broncos eke out a win against the winless Jets 13-11. Man, there was two really, really, really big signature wins for both CU and CSU this weekend. CSU on Friday night, CU on Saturday afternoon. How about the Buffs knocking off a top 25 opponent for the first time since the first time? The first ever game for Dion and Shador and Travis when they beat TCU down in Fort Worth over a 21-point underdog. They had lost 8 consecutive games against top 25 teams until Saturday afternoon.
You know what? Like this has been brewing. BYU is a ranked opponent, should have won and beat BYU. You don't. TCU, you have it. It's right there for the taking. You don't beat TCU. And we talked about it all week about Iowa State and how Iowa State doesn't look like the team that people have them ranked as. And Cincinnati was able to beat up Iowa State, and Cincy looks good. Cincinnati looks good.
Mm-hmm.
But it was there for the taking as well. And this time, the Buffaloes took advantage of that. They finished the game off. 3rd and 15, and Caden Salter was able to hit Joseph Williams for that touchdown.
How about that, man? A 3rd and long.
That was a great confidence boost for Caden Salter because Caden Salter has been in multiple games where it's on you. You're driving down there. If you don't make that mistake, you win the game against BYU. If you don't have those 3 interceptions, you probably beat TCU. You are the better team when it comes to athletic ability and the players, but you have to play smart, fundamentally sound football, and that wasn't the case for those last 2 games. Caden Salter had himself a day, and it was good to see finally. Still inconsistent, but when it mattered the most, he utilized those legs and was able to hit a couple open targets for touchdowns.
I did not see 128 receiving yards coming for Joseph Williams. What a day for that young man. What a day. And what a day for Deion Sanders. You guys know the deal. Earlier in the week, or really last weekend, Deion can't stay standing up on his own sideline. He's got to be off his feet. When he was on his feet, didn't have a shoe on. I mean, just a strange sight. And he talks about it after the game. Man, something's going on. 24 hours later, he's got to get a procedure.
4-hour procedure.
4-hour procedure. The next day, he's back at practice. And then a couple days after that, the Buffs are winning a game that really keeps their season alive. We had talked about leading up to this game against the Cyclones that if the Buffs did not win that game, they had to go 5-1 to make a bowl game, which just wasn't going to happen. And here you get to 3-4, you get your first Big 12 win. I know it doesn't rearrange what happened in September and the early part of October, but it keeps the season afloat for your Buffaloes.
Yeah, and they're looking better. Every game they are looking better when it comes to the offensive line is holding up. They're actually one of the best offensive lines in college football right now.
They played well on Saturday.
Running backs are running hard.
Yep.
You have Pat Shermer that's sticking more to the run. You have the receivers that are starting to come along. Caden Salter, that hopefully he can continue this, get those receivers more involved defensively. Robert Livingston coming together with his game plan and adjusting at halftime. Like, things look really good for the Buffs, but they have to do it. They have to do it again. They have to find a way to beat Utah. It's going to be hard.
And I believe they have a bit of a break here. I don't think they play this coming weekend. It'll be next weekend in Salt Lake, hosting Utah, who did Utah just beat on Saturday evening, Dante?
Yeah, who?
It's escaping me.
Who?
Arizona State.
It was Arizona State.
We had a big one this weekend, though. Holy War. Utah BYU.
Yes.
Big noon kickoffs going.
Oh, is that right? I didn't see that.
And they did it right. They didn't move the game to 10 a.m. local. It's still going to be at 6 p.m., just still on Fox.
Oh, very cool.
Because they haven't done that in the past, which I know like Ohio State and Penn State have been really upset about. Like, all our big games end up getting moved up to noon.
Right.
But not the case.
Very cool. Very cool. Here is Deion Sanders talking about his quarterback, Caden Salter, and his second half performance.
He stood up and stood out. He did his thing. I mean, I don't think it was a play in the game bigger than that third down throw. And the standing there, first of all, we gave him a clean pocket. The line, hats off to the darn line. They're blocking their butts off, run as well as pass. And he stood in there and he delivered a great ball. Joseph went up and got that thing. I mean, it was a great execution of what we practice. And I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I truly am.
Well, good for you guys up there in Boulder, keeping the season alive. And then on the other program here that we keep close tabs on, all right, CSU. Man, CSU's victory was more, I think I'll say just like unpredictable than CU's victory. I picked them to beat Iowa State.
You did.
I'm 7 for 7 with your Buffs here.
Look at you.
Pick 7 winners in a row.
We'll pick the Buffs again for next week.
We'll see. We'll see.
You're the good luck charm now. Huh?
We'll see. CSU, I had scratching and clawing. I had a 1-point loss. Fresno was 5-1. And there CSU was hanging 49 points on the Bulldogs. I just did not see that coming. Jay Norvell has already given up play calling duty. He's already benched his hand-picked quarterback. And the fact that the backup and just the rest of that team rallied together. If you watch that game, they played with incredible spirit, incredible vigor. And to get that win, I think that win for CSU is just as meaningful, if not more meaningful, than CU's win, considering had Norvell not won that game, I think he would have lost his job.
Well, there you go. That's one of the biggest reasons why Colorado State went out there with their hair on fire, because they're hearing this noise. And a lot of those players, they probably love Jay Norvell.
Yeah.
Jay Norvell gave them the opportunity to play at a high level, college football, be on TV. And yet, for some of these players, you're looking at it like, dang, our coach is getting ready to get fired, and a lot of that's not on him. It's on us executing plays out there. Guys, let's get it together. Let's go out there and do this for somebody other than ourselves. And in that case, it was for Jay Norvell. Because I'm with you. If this game was a runaway game for Fresno State,
yeah,
Jay Norvell's probably out of a job like a lot of these college coaches right now.
Yeah.
If you look around the landscape of college football, like a bunch of these coaches are getting fired.
They're getting fired left and right. Arkansas's job is going to be open. Oklahoma State, after 20 years, that job is going to be open. Oregon State is open. Penn State, after firing James Franklin yesterday. UCLA is going to be open. Stanford is open. Virginia Tech. That job, I mean, so it's happening right now. And a part of it is they want to get the early portal window. So they're trying to get a beat on things for the future. But, yeah, good for Norvell and those guys. And, you know, the backup, Jackson Brousseau, 3 touchdowns, not a single turnover. And they ran it well. They ran for almost 200 yards on Fresno State. And the one kid, and this is just a great college football name, ran for 2 touchdowns. He's a tight end. First name, Rocky. Last name, Beers. That's a college football name if I've ever heard one.
I thought you were going to say Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Beers.
He needs a deal with Coors Light.
It needs something.
Let's go.
Yes, he does, man. That is just
You know what? We need to give a little shout out to Northern Colorado, too. They ended up upsetting Idaho.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, and Idaho in the Big Sky, I think it was like 22 over there. They got the win, 49-33.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was a big win for Northern Colorado after being
Wait, so they scored 49 just like CSU did?
They did.
Wow. Good for UNC. And then I think Air Force lost by a single point, I want to say. And I don't have that in front of me. They lost to UNLV. Was that by a single point, DG? It was tight. It was a tight one. They have completely, and I know a lot of people don't like grind over Air Force football, but they've completely changed how they play. They're like an arena team. They used to be just handed it off, wing tee, triple option. Dude, it's some of these scores with Air Force, it's insane. I went down there and watched them against Hawaii. It was like 75 points scored. I mean, so they're trying to redesign how they're doing things down there. So nearly so CU won, CSU won.
All upsets.
Right.
All upsets.
Wow. Wow, so good for the Bears of UNC, good for the Rams of CSU, and good for the Buffs of CU. All right, this is KKFN. And KKFN, HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Dante just told me that Air Force score 51-48.
So you're not lying.
No. Like, dude, like, what?
Air raid, huh? They're just
I'm telling you, it's crazy. What was
Falcon is flying.
Man, what was crazy was watching the Broncos and the Jets yesterday morning for a couple different reasons. And watching the reaction to Broncos-Jets on social media when the football world is watching this standalone game and then reacting to the game. So, like, we're reacting to the game as it's happening, but the rest of the country is also reacting with us and making fun of the game, and the announcers are making fun of the game quite literally. I have never, ever seen a color commentator during the middle of the game that he's calling sending tweets about the lack of action and that he got assigned to a game, Kurt Warner got assigned to a game that doesn't have the forward pass.
Yeah, I mean, Kurt Warner was he was upset. He was upset that was the game he probably picked, and he thought there was going to be fireworks from Sean. Instead, he's sitting there watching this game like us saying, what's going on? What are the Jets doing? What is this Denver Bronco offense doing? The special teams, what are you doing? I mean, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad to watch, and it sucks because the world finally gets to see Denver.
Well, hold on a second. They got to see him on Monday night, and the announcers were making fun of that game against the Bengals.
Yeah.
It was Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. And
but I'm saying, like, even with the world, I'm saying, like, people out in London.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Like
yeah.
This is
I
a
got
lot
you.
of those, you know, like,
I
this
got you.
their first time watching a football game. Now, I know they get to watch one, but hey, what if you're that first one? You're like, hey, I'm going to a football game. I'm going to watch touchdowns. Instead, you watch a lot of field goal kickers kick some 3 points. Wow.
It was a doozy. A classic Broncos-Jets 13-11 game. How do you feel the day after it happened? You feel good? A win is a win? Or you're like, man, oh man, I have to stomach my way through that thing?
No, I feel, you know what, Zach? I'm not going to lie to you. I've been in their shoes. I've been on that football field where you barely win a game. And for the fans, it sucks. You want to see, like I said earlier, you want to see points. You want to see those fireworks. For a player, you just want to win. You don't care how you get that win. You just want to feel how it feels like to win and have a victory Monday. To be able to walk into that facility knowing that your job is still there. Knowing that when you walk in, your boss is going to be smiling at you and you're happy. Knowing that the workout, although you don't want to work out, it's going to feel a little bit better because you won. Knowing that when you go into the meeting rooms, although you may get chewed out, you're happy that you still won the game and you can grow from that. So when I'm watching this game, I'm looking at it as a player, and I'm like, man, at least you won it. There's a lot of room for improvement, room to grow. But it's week 6. It's not week 16. So you do have opportunities. You do have time to get better as an offense. Defensively, you got to keep doing what you're doing, stay healthy, and grow within the scheme. But I'm just happy that we got that win. Then you can start dissecting it and say offense didn't do well, special teams didn't do well. But Denver Broncos, as a unit, they won that game.
They did, and that was the number one objective. So while it was frustrating, yes, it was.
Very frustrating.
It was frustrating. We'll talk about the defense here in a second because they deserve their roses. But that game was, at points, brutal to watch. Brutal. And if you're like not – see, we're in the trenches with the Broncos, but if you're just like a casual NFL fan around the country, you're like, this is making my eyes bleed. But – the number one objective was achieved, as frustrating as it was to get there. And had the Broncos offense scored 30 and the Broncos lost 31-30, we'd be enraged today. Enraged.
We'd be blaming the defense.
Instead, you're 4-2 after 6 games for the first time since 2016. The Broncos have put themselves in an advantageous and meaningful position in mid-October. The days are falling off the calendar here. The next time they'll play, it'll be the back half of October. And you play to win the game. They won. At the same time, This Broncos offense has a long way to go. And it wasn't just that they struggled. You struggled against a really, really bad defense that was ranked 31st in a league of 32, that was giving up more than 31 points a game.
So what were you more surprised with the struggle with the offense? Them not being able to run the ball, or Bo Nix and Sean Payton not on the same page when it comes to passing and getting Courtland Sutton involved and Troy Franklin? Like, what side was more disappointing to you? Because they go hand in hand, I know, but like, to you, what would you want to see?
And you're saying the run game versus Bo and Sean?
Yeah. Well, it's the offense, but
I'll say,
let's go deeper.
What I think, I have higher expectations for the run game because the Broncos came in as a top 5 running team in the NFL, and the fact that a Bronco running back didn't register even a 9-yard carry, that was hard to watch. But you could tell, but you know, it's like the human body, it's all connected. Like, I think we saw a lackluster and really poor running performance, the worst of the season, because the Jets did not respect the Broncos in the pass game. And like, you could hit pause before the ball is snapped nearly every single time and be able to see all 11 Jet defenders right there in the single frame wide shot.
Loaded the box. They stacked the box, you know, and that's 8 men in the box to stop the run. They sell out to stop the run. The Jets did that. Said, look, we're gonna put our best cornerback, Sauce Gardner, on court. And you actually went through that before the game where Courtland versus Sauce Gardner, Sauce Gardner has won more times than not.
He has.
Well, that was the case again. And Jets are gonna force Bo Nix to beat them with his arm, and Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, forced them to beat him, not Courtland Sutton, and knock the run game. And that's exactly what the Jets did, and they were successful. Why did Sean not obey his eyes, though? Obey that, yeah, we may not be able to run. And if we are going to run, how about we get in the thick of things? Stop doing pitches. But J.K. Dobbins' strength is breaking tackles. Get him downhill, but you don't do that. So you're not doing a good job of run. The run scheme wasn't good. Let's just put it like that. The run scheme was not good going into the Jets game.
Yep.
You're one-on-one on the outsides with your receivers, and yet Sean doesn't take shots. I'm still confused of why not. You have this quarterback who I believe is the franchise quarterback that can help you win games because of him, and you don't let him fly. You clip his wings when he has opportunities out there to grow, opportunities out there to show those people that have mixed feelings of Bo Nix being a franchise quarterback.
Yep.
This was your moment. Morning. Nobody else playing. And you don't do that if you're Sean Payton. Why?
And actually, if you're on the side of, and if you're missing some of this context, we put out a poll last week in the middle of the week. Do you believe Bo Nix is currently a franchise quarterback, or do you believe there's room to grow before he gets that label? And after 1,600 votes, it was literally 50-50 in a way that you couldn't have made up or anticipated. But if you're on the side of like Bo Nix has not only room to grow, but if you're even to the further degree of like Bo Nix is not a franchise quarterback, you probably walk away with more evidence of like, you're expecting me to believe that guy is a franchise quarterback? But it seemed like to a certain degree that Sean put the bumpers back on the bowling alley. And I know when you're a kid, or if you're you, Phil, when you go to the bowling alley, you put the bumpers on there so you can't have a gutter ball. You know, it's one of these things where it seemed like, and again, I don't know what's in the recesses of Sean's, mind's eye or his heart, but like it seemed like he was trying to guardrail the offense. Why? I don't know. Because Bo Nix, after one quarter, was on pace to throw for 400 yards. And then they just shut it down, and I don't understand why.
If I'm over there rolling strikes, all of a sudden you see me and you're like, hey, I'm gonna put the bumpers on. Like, why? What for? I'm doing well.
Right.
I'm doing well. I have the confidence. I'm out there. I'm making the plays on the run. I'm setting my feet. I'm getting people involved. The first drive, Bo does a great job of eluding a tackle, having his eyes downfield, hits Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin fumbles the ball.
Yeah.
That's a turnover. That can't happen. You come back for that next drive. Or you start to have a little bit of success, you have a penalty, and you kind of that drive stalls out. Like, but yet you're telling Bo, or you're showing Bo that you don't trust him yet, and that can't happen. Like you had this big time talk when it comes to your team, Sean, and Bo Nix before the season started, and you said that Bo Nix in a couple of years will be top 5, but yet you don't let him go. You don't let him rip it. You don't let him show us all why he's going to be a top 5 quarterback when your defense is playing well too. So for Sean, it's like you got to start to trust your players. Trust that they can run your scheme and let them do it.
Well, I'll say this. I heard a portion of Broncos country yesterday saying, hey, anyone who's upset about this, you won the game, and you need to be happy. And like, did you see Sean after the game? Because 80% of language is nonverbal. And if during Sean's press conference you just muted the TV and you couldn't see any closed captions and you just had to look at him and try to decide whether he won a game or lost a game, dude, it looked like he lost. It sounded like he lost. He was dejected after the game, despite his team winning. And he's the play caller. And he's ultimately, like, the buck stops with him as the Broncos coach, but, like, his baby is Bo and that side of the football. And so it would be like, Vic had this, where, like, it was, yes, I'm the head coach, but also, how's my defense? And Sean is the inverse of it. And it's natural. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a wrong thing. It's totally natural. But, yeah, and then same goes for Bo. Bo took the podium after the game. It looked like a pair of guys that had lost, and they had actually won. And this is okay for right now because the Broncos are finding ways to win. But if they were not winning these games, and I watched this for myself in 2016 and 17, when there's expectations to win and the production or lack thereof is so lopsided from offense to defense, fractures just start to happen naturally. And football is so different than baseball or basketball or hockey. Like if I shoot in a basketball game, and I miss, I'm running back to play defense. Yeah. No one's playing defense for me. Like football, it's the ultimate team game because you need a complementary nature to
rely on everybody.
Yeah.
Rely on everybody. But like you just said, for the defense, that's the same. It's like defense is doing their job.
Big time.
But what's the offense doing to help them out? To reward them? Other than going 3 and out or having some penalties and forcing your defense in bad positions on the field where they have to bail you out of them. Like at some point, you're right. Everything is okay right now because we're winning. But the moment that we're not winning because the offense is not doing their part, this is where you do start to have fractions in the locker room. It happened to me a couple times in the locker room where you're sitting there and you have defenses going back and forth with you. And it's like you really can't say anything because you're not doing anything out there.
Right.
And the defense is using it against you.
Right.
On the plane ride, when you're supposed to be having fun because you win, offense probably doesn't feel like having fun because they didn't really contribute to that win.
Yep.
Whereas defense, they bringing out the red cups, the music, playing some cards. They're happy because they're doing their part. They're doing their job. They're doing what they're being paid to do.
Yep.
Whereas offense is kind of riding their coattail right now, and that has to change, Zach. So when you're looking at this game, doesn't it seem like there's like a missing piece out there for the offense? Like
yesterday or in general?
In general. Yesterday, come on. Yesterday was bad, but in general, has this offense just been an offense where you're like, hey, I can envision this offense being dynamic and scoring a lot of points against the tough teams like Buffalo, like the Bucks, whoever else is out there that's tough. Does this look like a team that can do it right now?
I have to really start to use my imagination in an unhealthy way to see that. Like it just because Phil, it's been like this all season. Now, like some games have been better than others, but in general, take out maybe what was Bo's best game? You think the Colts game?
The Colts game.
Yeah, they scored 28 points, lost by a single point, should have won, leverage call at the end. We know the deal. But I think the single biggest thing, if I were to identify or to really just answer your question, Bo has not been good enough. Now, that's not to say it's all on Bo because we know that it's not.
Yeah, you better have said that. I was ready.
It's not. Sean has not been good enough. And then I know that it's not what you're asking me, but I have to just shoehorn it in here. Special teams has not been good enough. It's a major issue. It's already cost you wins and losses.
Oh, it's bad right now, Zach.
And it could have again yesterday. They had multiple field goals before the Jets had their own first down because you coughed up in the turnover. And by the way, keep your eye on this. The turnover discrepancy with the Broncos, it's not like for as good as the defense is, they don't take the ball away.
Yeah.
And
That's a fact. They got one interception so far this year.
One pick? I mean, that's hard to believe. That's hard to believe. But and then also on top of that, and I know I'm getting my brain scrambled here to actually ask you your question, but you have to throw in they're among the most undisciplined teams in the entire sport.
So you're an undisciplined team. Your defense is still struggling to take away the ball. You're turning the ball over at a high rate. Your special teams is not doing well. Last year, the special teams was top 10 and not 10. They were number 7. This year, all right, their kick return kickoff team is giving up the second most yards in the NFL.
That's crazy.
At like 761 right now.
Yeah.
So like things are not going well for the offense and special teams, which will get you beat when you get to the playoffs.
Yep.
You have to have a strong offense, obviously, but your unit, special teams, that's what separates really good teams. When you're going against another great team, it's good on good, but your special teams is better, and they're able to get the yards or maybe a kick return taken back for a touchdown. If you get a touchdown on a kick return or a punt return and you take the offensive defenses out of it, that gives you a 70% chance to win that game.
Yeah.
They're so important, and yet the Denver Broncos are struggling with that. On top of that, the penalties are killing them.
Yeah. And they're amongst the most penalized teams in the entire sport. We'll go over those numbers tomorrow because they speak for themselves. And I would just say this. Thank goodness for this defense. Because this defense, 9 sacks, to have more sacks than the other team has first downs, I'm sure I've seen it at a certain point in time. I just don't remember it. That was – now, the Jets stink, and that's part of why it was so dominant, but you have got to give the flowers to Vance Joseph. And, 8 different players had at least half a sack yesterday. That was insane. I don't know where that stacks up among the most dominant one side of the ball performances that we've seen in recent memory.
It has to be really close to being the most dominant. 8 different people recorded some type of sack.
That's insane.
The pressure.
15 quarterback hits. So
it wasn't just Nick Bonito. It wasn't just Zach Allen. Jonathan Cooper was doing his job.
Yes.
The linebackers were doing their jobs. The safeties were coming up, filling holes and getting pressure on the quarterback. It was a great all-around effort from the whole unit.
Yeah. Hufanga, I thought, was really fun to watch.
Hufanga, man.
In the backfield, sacking fields, had a huge breakup on Garrett Wilson on the left sideline in the fourth quarter, which, would have caused some issues if Wilson was able to pull that ball in. But, yeah, I shudder to think because – so far this season, even if the Broncos defense was average and not elite, and we know they're elite, man, it's just a different type of story that's being told through 6 weeks. It just is. So Sean, I don't think that he likes the question, hey, because he got this after the game. Are the Broncos a defensive team? So think about that. You see the game through the eyes through a quarterback, and you're the offensive coordinator in addition to the coach, and you're being asked after the game, are the Broncos a defensive team? This is what he said.
Well, it was a defensive team today, and I hope to consider it a defensive team all season. I think in order to win, I think that's extremely necessary in our league. They were something.
And he answered the question the way that he should have, but you know deep down.
He's like, who just asked me that question? You'll never ask me that again.
Yeah. So, they have a lot to clean up. But as coaches will tell you from the time that you're in elementary school, if not middle school, you'd rather clean this stuff up in a win. And it was ugly, and the announcers were making fun of the game, and people around the country were having fun with it. But guess what? The Broncos are 4-2 and very easily could be a hiccup away from being the only undefeated team left in pro football.
I only got one more question for you, and for the text line too, our listeners. You're going into week 7. You kind of know what you have with your team. Defensively, elite. Offensively, Cortland Sutton's your best receiver. Where our identity is the run game. Now it needs to stick with that. But do you think that we need a little bit more help if we're gonna make a run in the playoffs? Do we have enough? And that's why I asked you that earlier. Do we have enough? Or is there a situation where you have George Payton that may say, hey, like, I need to step in and I may have to make a trade to bring somebody in here to help us out, to give us an extra boost, to help our franchise quarterback out?
What are you talking about?
The guy I'm talking about is a receiver.
Oh, Lord.
A receiver. Because we don't quite have a receiver 2 yet in Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, or Pat Bryant. Nobody has emerged. You're getting thicker into the season. I'm talking about someone like A.J. Brown, who there's a bunch of trade rumors out on, is obviously not happy there. This is the second year of A.J. Brown not being happy despite the Eagles winning a Super Bowl. A.J. Brown is a great addition. He's still young, athletic, elite receiver to pair with someone like Courtland Sutton. And now for Bo Nix, it's like you have no more excuses. You have 2 really good receivers that are going to help each other out and take pressure off of you. Now get the jobs done.
Wow.
A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
You brought up a trade last week.
Yeah, and I actually want to revisit that later this week because I think it's relevant, and this question is as well. I would say no, specific to A.J. Brown. Super talented. I understand, but, man,
This is about the team. This is about winning. This is about Bo Nix and still his development. This is about Sean opening his mouth saying that he feels like this is a Super Bowl contending team. Yes, we know the defense is, but offensively, you guys are not consistent.
Do you want to invite that here and all the things that come with him? I mean, I know he's a talent, but
I want to invite winning.
Yeah. I mean, he's been a part of winning, and he's been like brat.
He's being a receiver.
Yeah, but like I don't like could
at some point it's about winning.
And they just signed him recently, right? I mean, he's making like $30 million a year.
Hey, our owner is worth $80 billion. They can figure something out.
And
it's about winning.
And you just paid Sutton, and I just, man, there's a reason you're asking the question because right now it doesn't. Like the receivers.
Maybe you say no, Zach. Maybe you say, hey, I like what I see from these young receivers.
I can't say that though either. I can't say that. Like after Courtland Sutton, I don't really know what I'm getting from the rest of the receiver group. Do you?
No.
And that's probably why you're asking the question.
Very
I understand.
Inconsistent. And for Troy Franklin, like he'll make a really good play, then he'll mess up or have a fumble.
It's been a few weeks of drop passes,
it has. Marvin Mims, his role is that baby Joker role. Get him out in the backfield, coming out of the backfield, utilize him in the end arounds, things like that. Pat Bryant, right now he's a full blocker. You might as well put him at fullback.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
he had a couple catches.
Yeah, he did have a couple catches. I thought he had 3. The box score said he had 2. I thought he had 2 in the first half and 1.
That's your guy. You're trying
in the second half.
Trying to push for more. No, Zach. Like I like to inflate my rushing numbers. No, he had 2.
I mean, the leading receiver yesterday, the leading wide receiver went for 30 yards. And 26 of the 30 was on one play that was near the line of scrimmage, which was the catch and run in Marvin Mims. But, I mean.
A.J. Brown comes knocking. You get the call. You're George. Do you do it?
No. Not doing it. Not doing it. The Broncos are 4-2 without him. I think this offense is going to get better. It has to. I mean, there's nowhere to go up from yesterday. And I'm not. A.J. Brown making $30 million. You just won a Super Bowl.
I don't care about the number. I care about the player coming in here and helping us win games.
This was two years in a row that he is openly just throwing a fit. You want to bring that into Denver?
I want to win. I want the offense to start looking good because when you finally have a true receiver 1 or 2 receiver ones or a true receiver 2 and a receiver 1, like it's gonna open up the game for Bo Nix, for the tight ends, for Sean Payton's play calling, but also for the run game. Because now, moving forward, you're going to have these loaded boxes. You're going to have opportunities to take shots. Will Sean do it? We don't know. But if you have A.J. Brown, you must do it because he's going to let you know he wants the ball.
Oh, that's for sure.
But Courtland will get open because of that too. And so now you have more weapons right there in front of you where now you can say, hey, Bo, there are no excuses like you said earlier. Either you got it or you don't.
Dude.
But you have some elite receivers now, or one elite one in court who's still receiver 1 that you can get the ball to.
A.J. Brown is going to be trying to fight Bo Nix on the sideline. Like, no. No. I can't. But I understand why you're asking it. And I think that maybe we just put that in our back pocket and like, is this a relevant conversation as they get closer and closer to the trade deadline? And could they be open for business? I mean, they,
Hey, I just want the Denver Broncos to win, Zach.
Yeah.
And I want the offense to look good.
Yep.
Defense is doing their part. Offense is not. What can we do to change that? Bo Nix has to be better. Sean definitely has to be better when he's calling his plays consistently. And the players out there. Players make plays. Players win games.
Got to execute.
Execute.
Well, we disagree on A.J. Brown. We agree on those last three things that you just said. Sean Payton. What was Sean saying after the game? We'll check in with the head coach coming up next.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
Broncos country, football is back. Happy Victory Monday. Summer is officially over, as you know, and that means it's all about the game days now. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling up to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and those Buffs, you got to get there on time and in style. And speaking on going to the Denver Bronco games, you can get 30% off of your ride to the game with Hermes Worldwide for the entire season. All you have to do is mention the code PL30. Again, mention that code PL30 when you book your luxury transportation to Empower Field. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle all the traffic and parking hassles. Let them get you to and from the game safely so you can focus on the important stuff, like watching your team stack those wins and making as many memories as possible with your loved ones and your friends. So call Hermes Worldwide today at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports. Again, give them a call at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Okay, Michael. Any other questions about your Select Health insurance?
How much time do you have?
I have exactly as much time as you need.
Wonderful, because I have exactly 112 more questions.
112.
112.
112 it is. Let's do this.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, gonna cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house, all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I've made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. I have a true treadmill at home. It's the smoothest and quietest I've ever been on.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. I think I'm some kind of football prophet.
Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, Perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time. Maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T. Because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey, it's Stink here, and my gal Bonnie says O'Meara has 1,000 vehicles, including cars, trucks, and SUVs.
Right now, the lowest lease payments ever on trucks, like Ford Bronco, $479, or Ford F-150, $449, and 0% interest is available.
So 1,000 vehicles and 0% interest?
That's right. Lease a Ford Bronco, $479 a month, or Ford F-150, $449 a month. At O'Meara, we make it fast, fun, and easy. O'MearaFord.com.
Stock SKF 18820, SLA 87980. Excludes tax, government fees, and a $7.99 dealer handling fee.
Looking to sell your used Rolex watch? We buy and sell pre-owned Rolex watches, all styles from old to new. Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry. Bring in your Rolex watch and we will buy it on the spot. Matthews, located in Highlands Ranch, serving Colorado since 1951.
Brandon Stokel here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, bottom of hour number 4 on a victory Monday. Broncos go to 4-2 for the first time since 2016. We'll give out game balls here in just a minute. Can promise no one on the offense getting a game ball.
I can promise you that right now.
No one on special teams.
You're on the back of the plane, buddy.
Although Will Lutz had kind of like a bomb. Wasn't it like 57 yards?
57. I want to say that he had, and don't quote me on this, was it a 60 the last time he was in London? He had another play where he.
Oh, that's right. I saw that. That.
So like Lutz kicks good across the country.
Yeah, he's got the longest London kick ever.
Okay.
He's got the longest London kick ever, which he did a few years ago. All right. Let's hear from Sean. What is Sean saying for himself? Was he surprised the game was so close?
No, there's nothing that's surprised. Like, you've covered this game long enough. You let a team hang around that's hungry. And again, the relationship I have with Aaron, there's 2 different types of 0-5 clubs. There's the type that you can see on film they're not playing hard. Like, he's the one evaluating who's staying. It's not the other way around. And so we knew they'd come out and fight. We talked about even the Lions when he was there, and Campbell had a similar start to a season, and then it flipped. Theirs will flip at some point, and you just hope to get through it. But having done this long enough, I don't think now you're disappointed you're in a dogfight like that, but you're in it, and so you got to figure it out.
Once you realize you're in the dogfight, you just got to figure it out. And that's what the Broncos found themselves in yesterday. And to his point, we talked about this leading up to the game. The Jets, for all their warts that they currently have, right? Not a good roster, not a very good quarterback, first-time head coach, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to reorganize the culture there. They do play hard for Aaron Glenn. They do. That's not a team that quit. And this is not a situation like maybe what you were seeing in Tennessee. How about Brian Callahan gets fired today?
Yeah, I mean, it's bad over there in Tennessee, and one of their stars, Jeffrey Simmons,
Yes.
who likes to talk, very vocal. I need to get him back. He broke my toe, man.
Did he?
Night, oh, yeah. Monday night, he sat on me, broke my toe. Then he laughed about it. So he got one coming. Keep one eye open, Jeffrey.
Love it.
But he stated something after that game yesterday where it's like he's not surprised that they lost that game because it was the worst practice week he's ever been a part of.
See, this is what I mean. Like the Jets suck because the Jets suck.
Yeah.
The Jets don't suck because they quit on their head coach already. And it feels like that's what was going on in Tennessee, that they felt like they needed to make a move, and now.
No, well, tell me this then. Because the defense was just having their day with Justin Fields. The offense seemed like they quit on Aaron Glenn. Now, defensively, Aaron Glenn's a defensive-minded coach. They're not going to quit on him because they have pride in that. Aaron Glenn's probably around them a lot more than offense. Was it the Jets not quitting, or was it just the offense keeping the Jets in the game? Because if the offense would have put together a couple drives, score some touchdowns, it would have got ugly.
Probably would be a blowout, yeah. I think that certainly has something to do with it. But once the offense for the Broncos was sputtering, it gives life.
It does.
It's like we are right here in the fight. And so, but if you gave them a reason to quit, maybe you would have seen them wilt in the second half of the game, but Broncos couldn't figure it out offensively. But here's what I want to say, though, too. And I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't mixed this in more today.
Don't be hard on yourself.
Well, I know how you know how I was saying earlier, when you watch Sean Payton in the press conference, you watch Bo Nix, and 85% of language is nonverbal, and if you muted the TV, it looks like two guys that lost. If you were driving around Denver today or wherever you are, I had a tweet. Someone was listening from, where did he say? From Thailand today.
Thailand.
Yeah, they're listening to us from Thailand. And so if you're listening from Thailand or you're on I-25 and you're listening to us, just as I said, 85% is nonverbal, you could drop in and listen to us and be like, man, these guys sound like they're talking about a Broncos loss when we're talking about the offense and special teams specifically. I think that part of the frustration of watching how things unfolded yesterday comes from a healthy place of renewed expectations here in Denver. And once the expectations rise, and you did go to the playoffs a year ago, and your coach is setting a Super Bowl expectation, and then you watch it the way that it looked and the way that it felt.
And he hyped his quarterback up too. Don't forget that.
He did. And so when you bake in the expectations and how they've changed, and then watch the product, that I think is a part of why this fan base, a portion of this fan base, I'm certainly not speaking for everyone, and I'm really just speaking for myself. A part of why I was so frustrated is because the expectations have risen around here. And so with that comes, emotion and feelings and frustration, and for some folks even anger watching this product because you expect better.
Yeah, no, you definitely expect better, and for offense specifically, and you can say special teams, like you want to see the offense getting better every single week. It seems like the defense is getting better every single week.
Correct.
You see it out there.
Yep.
Visually, like, okay, those guys are putting in work in practice. It's showing in the games. But offensively, it's like, what are they doing? There's games where they look really good, and then there's games where it's like, hey, you guys are not into it. You guys are very inconsistent. But I'm looking past all this and saying this team is a playoff team. But can they win in the playoffs?
Right.
This is what it's all about now. Broncos country is ready to get back to the playoffs and win a playoff game. Zach, that's where you wanted to start, right?
Yep.
I'm looking at it like, hey, you opened your mouth, Sean, and said about Super Bowl. So that's what I'm going to take from this. When I'm watching these games, that defense is a Super Bowl winning defense. It really is. If they can stay healthy and they continue to build off of this, the inside linebacker position gets worked out, Riley starts to continue to grow, they'll be just fine. But offensively, is this a team that can win the Super Bowl doing what they're doing right now?
No. And if they did, it would have to be one of the great defenses in NFL history, because only the great defenses in NFL history are able to put the offense on their back typically you have to at least be a middling offense to go with a great defense. But if you have an offense like we saw yesterday, well, you need to be the 85 Bears. You need to be the 2000 Buccaneers. You need to be the 2000 Ravens, the 2002 Buccaneers, the 2015 Broncos. And maybe they're that good. Seriously, maybe they're that good that they can drag the offense with them across the finish line to a Super Bowl. But based on the history of the league, the offense needs to find a way to grow.
Pull their weight.
There you go.
You're getting paid millions of dollars to go out there and play a kid's game. Offensively, pull your damn weight. Make people miss. Make the plays Bo Nix when they're there. Sean, continue to scheme up really well-executed plays, but be consistent throughout the whole game. The offensive line is getting paid a lot of money. Second highest paid offensive line in the NFL. So do your job just like the defense is doing theirs. Special teams needs to do theirs. And if they're all firing on all cylinders at the same time, playing 60 minutes of football, this is a dominant team on paper right now.
Yeah.
You have to go out there and show us that you are.
All right, game balls. Broncos won. Who gets Phil's game ball? Who gets mine? We'll decide next.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app.
All right, guys, I'm here to tell you that I have a new obsession, and that's with Daisy's French Onion Dip. One of my guilty pleasures during football season is eating dips with chips, wings, and veggies while watching any big-time game while I'm relaxing. And now that Daisy's has come out with a delicious Daisy French Onion Dip and also a Daisy Ranch Dip, these are definitely game changers that you're not going to want to miss out on. They're as delicious as a homemade dip, and they're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. So if you want to be blown away like I was, then give Daisy's French Onion Dip a try today. You can find Daisy's French Onion Dip at a grocery store near you.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
If you have a tax problem, fear and sleepless nights are common. This is Todd Whalen, founder of Advanced Tax Solutions. We've been fixing tax problems for a long time. Many of our competitors not only have you meet with a salesperson, but that person gets a commission based on what they sell you. At Advanced Tax Solutions, our licensed professionals never get a commission for selling you anything. We've seen a lot of resolution companies come and go, but we're still here. Check us out at advancedtaxsolutions.com.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
The cost of everything is still out of control, and many of us are relying on credit cards to cover essentials. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. Americans collectively owe over $1 trillion in credit card debt. You might have considered reaching out to my friends at American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. Well, there's good news. They've created a smart equity loan, a solution designed to help you take control of your finances without touching your current mortgage. Unlike a HELOC, which can have varied interest rates, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate. That means one predictable monthly payment, giving you peace of mind. This loan allows you to leverage the equity in your home to pay off high interest debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your existing low mortgage rate intact. It only takes 10 minutes to get started with no upfront or hidden fees. Call American Financing today and start saving now at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
I just saw two houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Tess, what's up?
Oh, the CFO needs me to book a week of travel. I'm days behind on invoices. The plants in the lobby are dying, and now I have to order lunch for 80 with gluten-free options.
Just use EasyCater.
EasyCater?
One platform built for workplaces. Tons of great restaurants, any group size, with tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Plus, rewards.
Rewards?
You earn rewards points when you order. Good for discounts or even gift cards for you.
Now that's what's up.
EasyCater, the easy, rewarding way to order food for work. Order now at EasyCater.com.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go. Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Hey, got to tell you, before we give out game balls, this Friday we're going back out on the road for a Bud Light Football Friday. We're going to be broadcasting live from Chopper's Sports Grill from 2 to 6 p.m. Chopper's Sports Grill. All right. Bud Light is going to be there. They're going to give away a pair of tickets to Broncos-Cowboys on October 26th, which, wow. That is going to be a game in high demand. I was talking to a buddy this past weekend who was looking at tickets, and you want to sit in the lower bowl? Dude, it's like $600 for one ticket.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, so anytime the Cowboys come into town, right? It's like the Cowboys, the Steelers, handful of these other organizations.
Broncos are back, and they're doing well. Like,
right.
Man.
Right. So it's next to Chopper's Sports Grill is right near the Cherry Creek Shopping Center. So for a frame of reference. So Bud Light is going to give away a pair of tickets to Broncos-Cowboys along with 2 Bud Light VIP tailgate passes. You have to be 21 or older to enter that contest. Bud Light, official beer sponsor of the Denver Broncos. We would love, love, love to see you at Chopper Sports Grill on Friday. All right, Phil. We give away game balls on the final segment after a Broncos win. The Broncos did win, despite some of the frustrations and ire from the fan base or even us in particular moments during the game. You can go first. Who do you want to give your game ball to?
No, I'm going to let you go first, Zach, because I feel like we may have the same guy, and I got to go first last time.
Oh, look at you.
You copied me. So let's see where you're at with things.
Well, I think I know who you were going to pick as well.
All right.
I'll pick him. I'll pick this guy who I'm pretty sure you were going to pick, who the Denver Broncos found. You ever see the movie Aladdin?
Oh, yeah. The real one in the cartoon.
Yep.
I like the real one.
And they talk about in the original, which is the only one I respect.
The cartoon one. You don't like Will Smith? He didn't slap nobody. He's in the real one.
I never watched it, and I'm
Prince Ali.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the live action Disney ones. if I'm just being honest. Even the new Lion King, you know, that it's like more real. I'm like, I'm good. But Aladdin, they talk about the diamond in the rough.
Yes.
There Jonathan Cooper was sitting in the 7th round.
Jacob!
And this guy has turned into what I believe is the most underrated pass rusher in professional football. 3 quarterback hits yesterday. 2 sacks. I mean, Jay Coop, as much as we talk about the get-off of Nick Bonito, and rightfully so, if Nick Bonito wasn't on this team, we'd be talking about Jonathan Cooper's get-off as much as we talk about Bonito's currently. And he is just, he's fantastic at what he does. He's relentless. He plays with speed. He plays with power. On his 1 sack, it was just because he didn't quit and stayed in the fight. And, man, to be at 4.5 sacks after 6 games, love what I'm seeing from Jonathan Cooper, the former Buckeye, who was the 239th pick in the NFL draft. We did the segment on Friday. If you were going to redraft the class of 2022, where would Bonito go?
Yeah.
And if you want to listen to that conversation, you can go back on the Drive podcast. If you're going to redraft the class of 2021, where would Jonathan Cooper go? I can promise you it wouldn't be in the 7th round anymore. He gets my game ball.
I love it, Zach. And yes, we're on the same page. I would have gave it to Jonathan Cooper too. 2 sacks, 7 pressures yesterday morning. I mean, relentless. Always getting back there, high motor, so serious. Like I got to work out with him a couple times, and he's just so serious in his craft, working on his craft all the time. I'm so surprised that he's not a captain. To be real with you, like he has the captain traits. He's always there. He's always getting his team going. So something that to look forward to for him is he's going to be a captain next year, man. I love it. I truly believe that. So for me, I'm not going to go with Jay Coop. The guy I'm going to go with is a free safety. But he also can be a cornerback, a nickel, a strong safety, a linebacker.
Jade Barron.
No, not Jade Barron, baby.
Oh.
Talanoa Hufanga. Hufanga.
I love it.
He can play all over the field. He's a heat-seeking missile. He's making those tackles. He has made this defense stronger. He had 5 tackles yesterday, 1 pass breakup, 1 sack.
Love it.
Hufanga's doing his job, and he's doing it at a high rate. It's helping Brandon Jones out. It's helping this elite pass rush out. He's also communicating well with PS2 in Riley Moss. He's over the top to help Riley out when Riley gets beat, which happens a lot more than it needs to. But Hufanga is a great addition to this Denver Broncos defense, and he's going to continue to be. He knows how to win games. He's been in the big ones before, and that's going to help Denver out.
Man, I love it so much. Hufanga was so fun to watch. Had the big pass breakup in the 4th quarter as well to Garrett Wilson that would have made us feel a little bit uneasy, but Hufanga was right there to break it up. Man, what a great addition he was. What a great addition, Hufanga. And great spirit, too.
Yes.
Great spirit.
Great energy, man.
Yes.
Great, always positive, always going to pick his teammates up, hard-hitting, plays the game the right way.
No doubt. And if I was going to, hang out with someone and have maybe a couple of drinks or partake in just some social activity, he would be a top 3 Bronco I'm picking.
I got to go for the wildest one. If you only get one time, you got to go out. You got to go out with a bang.
Love it.
Got to figure out who that is.
Absolutely love it. Also, want to give a game ball real quick on the way out to Deion Sanders and Jay Norvell.
All right.
Who both had awesome victories over the weekend. CU, you could argue that they saved their season and their bowl eligibility. And then you could also argue that Jay Norvell saved his job. And you know what? We'll give one to Ed Lamb, too, head coach of the Bears of Northern Colorado.
I love it.
Scored 49 points on Idaho for a win that people didn't see coming either. So, fantastic stuff. We'll leave it here. Be back tomorrow at 2. So long. It is Denver Sports Tonight with Mike Rice and Dante Gomez coming up next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men here on a Monday about how you're feeling. Seriously, how you feeling? You just came out of the weekend. Are you already ready for another weekend that you're going to have to drag yourself through the week because you're feeling sluggish, have low energy? Those sleep patterns are off, all right? And you don't have the energy to make it to the gym after you get done with work or go before work. And when you do drag yourself there, it's exactly that, just a drag. Guys, believe it or not, these could all be symptoms of low testosterone, which happens to us men as we age. You didn't do anything wrong. But go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. Take the low T quiz on their website. Simple 10-question quiz with yes or no answers. Literally takes you 2 minutes. But from there, you can schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They'll draw your blood. They'll have the results within 30 minutes. A Colorado licensed medical provider will review those results with you, discuss your options, and you'll make a decision together with their medical team. Cost of the appointment is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if you sign up for testosterone treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is completely free. Fellas, we have one life to live. Don't spend it wondering if you're suffering from low testosterone. Go take that low T quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
If you don't think doing a quick and free check of your finances is worth it, let me share this recent customer story. Jason and Barbara H. from Denver called us wanting to see if they could save money. Credit was okay and there was a good amount of debts. Their fear was another lender they went to first, shame on them, told them yes in the beginning and then denied them during the process. When they called us, we not only approved the loan, we saved them $3,900 a month.
What? $3,900 a month?
Yes, this couple just saved $3,900 a month by calling U.S. Mortgages. And best of all, with our lowest rate for life guarantee, if the market improves in the future, even as little as 0.5%, they can redo the loan and increase their savings further without any lender or appraisal fees. You could be our next success story. Call 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook